I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Hey, it's Opie and Anthony, and we're back live in New York.
Pay attention, they spark controversy.
Fuck you!
Being able to do the show we want to do.
Hold on tight, kid.
Jesus fucking Christ!
One of the biggest fines in FCC history is slapped against Opie and Anthony.
You got a couple of great guys over there.
Opie and Anthony have cost their bosses a lot of money.
Yay, beer!
Pulled a sex stunt at St. Patrick's Cathedral back in 2002. We've learned our lesson, right, Anthony?
Yeah, we have. We've learned our lesson.
We're reckless, arrogant, stupid dicks.
I would like to extend to you an invitation to the pants party.
Get your cock out.
You know the Holocaust?
Uh-huh.
Picture the exact opposite of that.
Wow, that's really nice.
That's just too good to be true for most people.
Do you realize who you hired?
Beautiful girls violate.
What kind of sick mind operates like that?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
You better get your head and your ass wired together, or I will take a giant shit on you. What's that supposed to be, some kind of sick joke?
You blundering bag of boots. You will be molested.
O&A Buddy Rock!
The boy fights for the pink team.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Oh!
People can call me anything they want as long as they don't call me late for supper. I know a thing or two about a thing or two. Oh, motherfucker!
Good morning and welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. This is XM Satellite Radio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a virus, the O&A virus, spreading across America. Slowly but surely.
Moving right along. Thank you very much.
Wait till you hear what XM does next.
We got feedback here today? A little of the old instant feedback today or no?
I hope so. I'm hearing thanks. I'm hearing thanks. Thanks. I'm hearing thanks. Hopefully we'll have Elo on the program within the hour. Hopefully. Jimmy, what's wrong? Jimmy is very annoyed today.
I would say disgusted.
He's very annoyed. I'm kind of annoyed, to be honest with you. Oh, we got to say hi to what? What? Let's go to Charlie in Jersey. Charlie, what's up?
Yo, I got to call you out on something.
Yeah.
You said yesterday you did that hoo-hoo math and said you guys brought about 4 million subscribers since you came on the air.
Well, if you do the hoo-hoo math, yeah, at least 4 million.
Well, you forgot to include all the DirecTV people.
Oh, good point.
Ooh.
So you don't have an XM unit? You just listen to the show through DirecTV?
No, actually, I got both.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering how many people just listen through DirecTV and say, screw the old buying of the XM.
But if you look at Howie's math, it doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you look at it, you go by the way who does it, doesn't matter. If you got one, if you got both, you're 2 subscribers in one.
Right. I love the hoo-hoo math. It makes us so much bigger than we are.
Watch it out.
All right, bro. Thank you. Let's say hi to Boz in Pennsylvania. Boz, what's up?
Hey, just want to let you guys know, yesterday I went to my brokerage account, bought some XM stock. I'm not a rich man, but I invested my money in what I believe in, and we're all going to make some money on this. This is the right way to go.
That's nice.
And it says that you bought the stock after our discussion yesterday?
Yeah, listen to you guys, talk about it. I believe what you say. You guys got the technology. The guy you talked about, the German guy, is listed as owning a lot of stock. Mr. Wizard.
Mr. Wizard.
Mr. Wizard, yeah. Very cool.
All right, have a great day.
And I'm hearing things. I don't know if it's going down today, but we're hearing things. If what I'm hearing is true, we'll have Elo on the phone today, a little later.
Ooh.
Thank you, Boz.
Punch it out.
All right, let's go to Tom. Jimmy is just...
This fucking article,
we'll get into that in a second, Jimmy. Hang in there. Tom, what's up?
How you doing?
All right.
Hey.
Very busy morning. It's unbelievable.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Now you get an ugh.
No, he's not ucking you, trust me. He's ucking society in general.
Hey, I wanted to thank you guys for reading my letter on the air yesterday.
Oh, that was you from Entertainment Weekly?
That was me.
Oh. Very good. This is Tom. He wrote a letter to Entertainment Weekly defending the fine Opie and Anthony show.
Oh, hey, man.
And we talked about it yesterday, actually, for like a half hour.
And I wanted to thank the past. I got some really nice emails.
Well, we told them to be kind.
Yeah, they were. It was the Stern fans that were a little unkind.
Tough shit. They're frustrated because they know we're speaking the truth over here.
Right.
You know, and Opie, you hit the nail right on the head. How can you relate to a guy who makes that much money? What relevance does this guy have to anybody who's listening to him?
Our goal is to make just as much money and then we'll fade away.
Yeah,
but until then, enjoy the passion that we still have.
Yeah, but you're not forgetting your roots, you know?
Want to make enough money so we can be hypocrites.
Yeah, exactly.
My roots. I still rent. I don't own a place.
Yeah.
I just opened up a restaurant with my two brothers in Huntington. You know, I got bills to pay.
Absolutely.
We better get more successful.
You know, I work for a living. I don't have every Friday off.
Right.
In a $500 million contract.
Right.
It just doesn't happen for most people.
Well, he hasn't made that announcement yet because he knows his fans are going to rip him apart, but Howard's going to work only 4 days a week eventually.
You know.
Probably sooner than later, by the way. But I want to thank you, dude. The latest issue of Entertainment Weekly in the mail section. I got to cut you off because Jimmy is losing his mind over there.
Yeah.
And
all right.
We got to get down to some business. Maybe we'll have you on the show a little later, but thank you.
Thank you.
I know the pests are out there fighting battles that we don't even know about. They come to our attention every once in a while, and Tom wrote this letter to Entertainment Weekly. They printed it, and it makes us look really, really good. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Wonderful.
Let's go to John in Jersey. John, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, John.
Hey, what's up, Bob? I was on the way to work this morning listening to AM News, and they're talking about a New Jersey cop that has a second life as a comic in New York City that's under fire by his boss. He said he might lose his job, and he goes by the name of Club Soda Kenny in New York at the comic scene.
Yeah. Club Soda Kenny is in the paper today.
So that's legit?
And now it's in, what? Now the radio, the news stations are talking about it down there in Jersey?
Yeah, WABC in New York, the AM station.
Oh, boy.
Wait, ABC in New York's talking about it? Oh, boy, this story has some legs.
Oh, boy.
That's better for him.
This story has legs. Strap in, kids. All right, thanks, John. We'll get into it right now. That's why Jimmy is beyond pissed. He's reading the article right now, and it's unbelievable, right?
It's really a freedom of speech issue.
It's sickening. Yeah, really, of course it is.
It's like one of those textbook freedom of speech issues.
Kenny went on and did some stand-up at a Cringe Humor show.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, there's a Cringe Humor show tonight.
Oh.
And he just did it because he just loves it, I guess. And probably some copy went after, just someone who doesn't like him, sent an anonymous copy of the videotape of his act to his superiors.
Yeah.
And they suspended him because of what he said.
And it's a reprehensible act
of course
that he does.
As an act, sure.
But that's an act. It's him playing a character on stage. That isn't him. That isn't the person he is when he's on the job. That's why people don't. They've gotten so politically correct that they put the two together. If you play a character, a role, and it's an offensive role you're playing, and then you have a job, why should the two be connected?
Well, it's going to be an interesting story, to say the least.
I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't know the details, but I don't think he was getting paid, which I think is better. I don't think he was getting paid because he's not moonlighting. He was just doing it. I think he just loves to do it.
Yeah.
And look what the police chief said. Without question, he has no authorization under policy to do this as employment. Police Chief James Abbott said, "We would never allow anybody to make racial jokes or anything like that."
Well, I could see if he was, on the job and in front of people representing the police department and saying the things he says, that's one thing. Then the guy could say that's a problem. When you're off duty and you're doing stand-up comedy, that's a freedom of speech issue. He is doing it on his own time, and you can pretty much say whatever you want in this country, especially in that context as stand-up comedy.
How many cops drink or beat their wives or do all this other shit to blow off steam because it's a brutal job? And what he does is he lifts weights and he does stand-up. He doesn't drink. He doesn't do anything, any type of substances, anything like that. This is how he blows off steam.
A major family man.
It is
a major family man.
This makes me want to fucking throw up.
22-year veteran.
Well, we should just read this whole thing because there's so much in this.
Yeah, I agree.
In this, and there's a lot to comment about. He's one of our bestest pals.
Yes, we love Kenny.
Club Soda Kenny has helped us out like you wouldn't believe, and we're going to do all we can to help him out.
And he's fucking Larry, law-abiding citizen, too. That's what really annoys me about this, is the guy does nothing illegal. Nothing.
And it's scary because he's very close to, retiring and getting his pension and stuff. And, it's going to be interesting as we move forward from here. But it's the Star-Ledger in New Jersey. By the way, the Star-Ledger called all of us, called Ben. I mean, they're trying to get comments from us. Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. Oh, we're just writing a story. We want your side. Shut up.
Sure.
No, you don't. Stand-up gig could cost West Orange cop his job. Club Soda Kenny routine gets sergeant suspended without pay. Around West Orange, John Fetter is known as a no-nonsense police sergeant, a 22-year veteran with an $88,000 salary and a plum assignment in the department's internal affairs division. But on the local comedy circuit, the towering cop goes by another name, Club Soda Kenny, a crass stand-up comic whose routine pokes fun at such taboo topics as rape, pedophilia, and bestiality. The act has landed Club Soda Kenny, on the popular Opie and Anthony radio program and gotten him gigs at top New York comedy clubs. Wrong! Jonathan Cassiano, wrong! You're a horrible reporter. You're a horrible writer you don't know shit.
He did do it. He did get it wrong. It hasn't landed him spots at the top.
A couple things. Club Soda Kenny's been our friend for years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because of his act. He's just a friend of the show, helps out whenever he can. He helps us as a bodyguard and a personal assistant and all this fine stuff. And he so happened to start doing stand-up comedy. It wasn't his act that brought his, attention from us. You ass. For years, Sergeant Fetter and Club Soda Kenny have coexisted peacefully, but this week the two personas collided when several West Orange officials were anonymously mailed a CD of Fetter's act. An 8-minute profanity-laced tirade performed at a December comedy show in Manhattan and later posted online. Fetter does not wear his uniform or identify himself as a police officer in the act.
Right.
The routine in which Club Soda Kenny jokes about raping a bride at knife point and molesting his own 5-year-old son has at least temporarily cost Fetter his gun, badge, and paycheck.
That's where we've gone in this society. A guy doing a stand-up comedy routine is now possibly going to lose his job and his pension because what he joked about is politically incorrect.
Right.
That it's almost this is like a bad parody of what an asinine society would do to a guy for doing unpopular jokes. It's sickening.
Right. Mm-hmm. And he's less than a year away from getting his pension.
Yeah.
That's what makes this whole thing a little scary. He was suspended without pay Monday, pending an investigation into his act, West Orange officials said. Though no administrative charges have been filed, the 48-year-old Fetter could be charged with conduct unbecoming of an officer, an administrative offense that could strip Fetter of his job and possibly even his pension, officials said. Township officials would not comment on the investigation because it is an internal personal matter. However, they said that if Fetter was paid for his performance, it would be a violation of the department's policy that prohibits officers from moonlighting without departmental approval. Without question, he has no authorization under policy to do this as employment, Police Chief James Abbott said. We would never allow anybody to make racial jokes or anything like that.
Has James Abbott ever talked to cops? I mean, they have a very, very... I don't think any cop would deny that, in general, there's a gallows humor. It's a brutal job. You're a fucking target. They have a really, really brutal sense of humor. It's a survival mechanism. And so he takes it onto a stage, And this guy, it's just, I wish I could express better how irritating this is.
Well, I think you will as we move forward here. When visited at his home in Springfield yesterday, Federer declined to comment. This fucking reporter was hanging outside Kenny's place for a couple days straight. The suspension places West Orange squarely inside a legal gray area, pitting First Amendment advocates against defenders of decency. Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Mayor John McKeon said the town has zero tolerance for any law enforcement officer or other township employee that isn't racially sensitive or isn't sensitive to victims of criminal activity.
Sensitive.
That's
sensitive.
That's not what
they're making it sound like
comedy and freedom of speech is about.
Yeah, they're making it sound like he was on the job in uniform and in the middle of arresting some perp. He's telling all these crazy jokes,
which would be inappropriate.
Of course. That's the difference. This was on his own time.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting paid?
No. In a club.
But Frank Askin, director of the Constitutional Litigation Clinic at Rutgers Law School in Newark, said the U.S. Constitution should protect Federer from repercussions at work, no matter how outlandish his routine. If he's off duty, the First Amendment protects him, and they can't punish him by taking his job away for exercising his right to free speech, Askin said. The courts have upheld that view in the past. And then it goes on to another case. In 1985, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the Baltimore Police Department could not punish an officer for performing a blackface routine while off duty, even though the performance sparked outrage and demonstrations throughout the city. Page 2. However, Alan Goebel, assistant director of the New Jersey...
No, Alana, it's a chick.
Huh? I'm sorry. However, Alana Goebel, assistant director of the New Jersey Coalition Against Sexual Assault, said police departments should not tolerate officers who joke about rape regardless of their right to speak freely.
I bet she looks like an Alan, though.
I'm sure she's awful. But do you see how frightening that is? The word right here, regardless of their right. No, stupid.
Yeah,
not regardless of their right. No. You can't brush that off like, yeah, they have freedom of speech, but not about this subject they don't.
Yeah, regardless of their right. No, that's the right.
In that sentence lies the problem with every special interest group in this country.
Yeah.
Every special interest group, yeah, you have a freedom of speech, and here's the asterisk, as long as it goes hand in hand with what I consider decent and my ideology.
Yeah.
No, stupid. He has the right to do it on his own time in a comedy club setting. It's a bunch of adults. There were no kids there. He wasn't doing it in public as far as, like, you know, in the middle of a mall.
People have a complete lack of understanding about the freedom of speech and what it is.
Of course they do.
There are too many people out there that believe it's the freedom of speech as long as it doesn't offend me or someone else or a group. No, it's freedom of speech to offend people. You're allowed. If you're offended by it, that doesn't mean they don't have the right to say it. But a lot of people really think that it's illegal or something to say things that are offensive to certain groups or people. No, it's not. That's what the whole thing's based on, idiot.
And look, she's the director of a rape crisis center. I mean, obviously they're going to take rape really, like, you can't joke. I understand all that. But I want to know how, if he was an actor and he played a rapist, would they have gone after him? No. They wouldn't have. No. It's just a politically correct response. And she goes on in the next sentence. The coalition thinks it was absolutely an appropriate decision by this officer's superiors.
The coalition thinks it was absolutely inappropriate.
Inappropriate. They thought it was right.
Yeah, I thought you said inappropriate.
Oh, no, inappropriate.
Inappropriate decision.
They agree.
Yeah, of course. By this officer's superiors, Goebel said, rape isn't a joke. Yeah. I would love to get Alana on the show to talk about free speech. I would love to get her on the phone right now.
Regardless of their rights to speak freely. No.
I understand her and her group very sensitive to any jokes or humor, dark humor, gallows humor about rape. We understand that. She isn't going to like it. She's going to want Kenny thrown off, and that's the end of it. But she doesn't understand that there is a right to say those things. It's a legal right. It's an entitlement. It's a right of the Constitution to talk about it. You will be offended by it. You might even sit there and curl up in the fetal position and cry in the shower again when you hear it. But it's allowed. You can do that in this country without suffering any kind of repercussions like this.
You know, they said that when John Wayne Gacy's victims were being carted out, by the cops. They were digging up bodies. I read an account on it. They said the cops were joking around as they're pulling bodies out. And it's not that they think that it's funny. It's because that's a gallows humor. That's what you do when you're in that kind of a job. It's the way you survive. You're dealing
soldiers do.
That's how you cope.
You cope. Yeah. I mean, look, he was in internal affairs, but he spent how many years pulling guys over and chasing down suspects. It's a brutal job, man. And for a cop to get called out doing something like that in his private life, not for money, but just as a venting thing or for whatever reason he does it.
His private life. It's an
frightening.
Act.
It's really frightening.
He's not acting out the things he's talking about on a stage, you idiots. It's not like he's committing these crimes that he talks about on stage. He's talking about it in the context of a comedy act at a club.
Because what would happen if that was a speech he was giving, and he had let's say he can't agree with rape in a speech, and I mean that's sociopathic, but let's say it was a serious speech where he just had very politically incorrect views,
right?
And it was off his own time. I mean, are they going to fire him or wreck his pension because he had views that didn't agree? I think that the Jersey trooper that got in trouble for saying that blacks got arrested more because they committed more of the crimes, Whitman of course crucified him. I think he probably said it on duty, and got.
But the key here, it was in a comedy club. People are going to a comedy club to
know
hear
what
some
they're
crazy
getting,
shit.
right?
Some crazy stuff.
It's completely in the proper context to be saying those awful things, no matter who you are.
I feel really bad for Kenny. He's freaking out. We've been talking to him every day. This thing has been developing for a few days now, and man, Kenny, I know you listen every day. You got to hang in there. Just hang in there. We'll get through this. Continuing with the article.
And he is hanging in there, and he is, he's going to be all right.
Local comics and booking agents said Feder entered the comedy world almost 20 years ago when he befriended up-and-coming shock comic Andrew Dice Clay at Rascals Comedy Club, which has since moved from West Orange to Montclair. Clay offered Feder a job on a security team and would often incorporate him into his act. When Clay hit his peak in the late 80s, Feder took a leave of absence from the police department to tour with him, said Tony Camacho, a New York agent who used to book Clay for Rascals. That's where he got his name Club Soda Kenny from Dice, saying, "Get me a Club Soda, Kenny," Camacho said. He was like a sounding board for Dice. He was like a sounding board for Dice while he was on stage. When Clay stopped touring, Feder returned to the police force, but his stage name still carried weight on the comedy circuit. He has a certain reputation as a funny, tough guy character, the whole Dice entourage kind of thing, said Ed Kavanaugh, the entertainment director at Rascals. That reputation has landed Club Soda Kenny regular features on Opie and Anthony. Oh, my God. A program on XM Satellite Radio known for its lowball humor and adolescent pranks. He's also appeared in the hidden camera DVD Meet the Creeps. The CD sent to West Orange officials was from a December 8th performance at the Laugh Factory Comedy Club in Times Square. For 8 minutes, Club Soda Kenny rants about everything from pistol whipping his wife to having sex with his dog. The segment later was posted online with a picture of Feder and a brief description of his act. Both have since been taken off www.cringehumor.net, though the site still offers an Opie and Anthony segment featuring audio and photos of Feder. Bob Levy, a South Jersey comic who performed with Feder about a year ago at Caroline's Comedy Club in Manhattan, said Club Soda Kenny is more of a cult character than an aspiring comic. He admitted Feder's act was pushing it a little, but said comedy routines do not always reflect a person's true feelings. If it doesn't affect your day job, what does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's like telling someone who's a cop you can't go out and sing karaoke.
You know what? If Levy said that, that's a genius point. What if it was a karaoke song with offensive lyrics in it?
Yeah.
What if it was a karaoke song that, for whatever reason, offended people's sensibilities or ideologies? Would that be illegal, or would that be a problem for him as far as the department's concerned?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is sickening.
So this story has lots and lots of legs. That's for sure. Let's go to Dave on Long Island. Dave, what's up?
Yo, the biggest thing they're shooting for is they see his pension's coming up, and they're going to save that much friggin' money just by offing this guy.
I don't know, man. I'm not going to say it's a money issue. I think it's more of a politically correct.
I'm sure it's politically driven, but, I mean, think of how much his pension's going to weigh out to be.
The police chief's not thinking of that, dude.
You know, they nail guys with drug stuff. They'll double test them for, drug testing and stuff just to off the pension and send the guy on his way. Just, they don't give a shit about him.
I know they don't, but drug testing or whatever is one thing. But a guy I don't think anybody's going to stand-up comedy. I just don't think they're going after his pension. I think this is a PC issue. They saw this as being embarrassing to the department, and they're just going to investigate it. They're going to find nothing because he didn't do anything wrong.
Well, Club Soda Kenny's got a great case on his hands.
He does.
That's for sure. I don't know what's going to happen. Because Kenny's not giving me the details, but, I'm sure he's going to fight this all the way.
Let's see what the ACLU does. All they do is hold on, dude. All they do is defend people who are barbarians in their behavior. Let's see if the ACLU steps up and defends a guy's right to free speech.
They're too busy defending every Muslim that wants to kill Americans. That's who they're defending nowadays.
Yeah.
How about Ron Kuby? I mean, let's see if he pipes up and says anything about it. I mean, he's a big defender of people's right to say what they want.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And aside from that, Jimmy, of all people, you should know, since when did they start taking fucking comics seriously?
Well, dude, they've always done it. They've always done it. Look, Lenny Bruce. Was arrested prior. Got shit. Dice. The women's movement ruined Dice's career. That's why they paid him off for 3 films.
And the gay guys.
The special interest groups, of course. Special interest groups, because they were too scared to go after black guys. Saying, Colin raised this point. Actually, it was a brilliant point that when Dice was doing what he was doing, they couldn't go after rappers because again, white special interest groups will never go after groups like that because it's misconstrued as racist.
Right.
So they went after who they thought was safe, which was a shock comic or a shock value comic. They would never go after. Look at Dice is banned from MTV for saying dirty words.
Right.
Meanwhile, 50 Cent is on there calling other people a punk motherfucker and threatening to shoot them, and they have to beep him. And you know what? They're never going to ban 50 Cent or any rapper. Snoop Dogg is a gang member. He was a gang member, and I know now he's not, and everybody loves him, and he's great. But you know what? Why is his past behavior not been judged? Why is he not been banned from MTV? A, he's black, and B, he's a musician, so you can do whatever you want. But if you're a comic, they're going to come after you.
Yeah, they've been crucifying comics forever, like Jimmy said. I mean, I just saw the Lenny Bruce play, and they wrecked Lenny Bruce's career.
Yeah.
They wrecked his career.
They ruined him.
He got arrested for saying cocksucker, and it never got better from that day on. And it got to a point where he was broke, and he couldn't. No one was going to hire him across America. Not one club would hire him.
Only because they were afraid to get arrested or yanked out, and they were going to lose money, or their club was going to get shut down.
Either way, it boils down to 2 handfuls of irrelevant douchebags deciding what we can and can't do every fucking day.
Well, you know what? This is an issue right here. This seems to be an issue where the far right and the far left come hand in hand. I mean, the far right, let's be honest, has been much worse for free speech. I mean, as much as I trash liberals, it's been the conservatives with this family values shit that have been the major problem. But then you look at somebody in a far left. Or they're always going to come out and, well, he shouldn't say that because it's dangerous free speech. It's hate speech. That's how the left will do it. The right will say it's family values endangerment, and the left will come out and say it's hate speech. Everyone has their own reason as to why you can't say what they don't want you to say.
All right, fellas, I got a bolt, man. I got shit to do at work. Have a good one.
Okay, buddy. Thanks. Let's go to Michelle in New York. Michelle.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, I've been listening to the show since the first day you guys came to XM, and I've, been a fan of Kenny's, and I didn't have any idea he was a cop. I mean, it just blows my mind. He's never used that as part of his plot on the show.
Never.
Wow.
Never. Never. I mean, I'm just in shock. I did not even know he was a cop.
He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't come on. Even in his personal life, I've hung out with him. He doesn't tell people, I'm a cop, let me do this. The guy is like, it's so annoying because I know him. And despite the act having barbaric lines in it, he's the most law-abiding guy I know. And then to see him vilified for some dumb shit he said on stage under the context of being a comic with adults, it's frightening that can happen today.
It is, and I heard his spot there in December when he did it at the club, and it is real cringe humor. But how does that have anything to do with the fact that he's a police officer?
It absolutely doesn't. You're right. It has nothing to do with it. Nothing.
I just can't even believe that this would even have anything to do with his job. Could affect his pension. Blows my mind.
Yeah, it shouldn't at all.
Blows my mind.
Well, again, that's
Thanks.
Well, let's get some people in there calling from all over the country. Robert, Missouri, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I just want to say you're awesome. This is the reason why I switched to XM. Politically correct. It's just getting out of hand. I'd pay $50 a month to listen to you guys.
What?
That's all. Punching out.
All right. Thanks.
Why, sir? They're overcharging you. 12 something, I think.
No filter, Paul.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Well, I've been on hold for like 20 minutes just to plug the show, but I guess I don't need to now for tonight's show with Jim Norton and Bill Burr. And I just wanted to give out the phone number for anyone who wanted to go. If that's okay, it's 212-586.
Don, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
You have horrendous timing, No Filter, Paul. We'll plug the Cringe Humor Show a little later. Don, what's up?
Oh, I just wanted to say, yeah, I totally agree with you guys. Y'all are right on the point, but some same stuff's happened to some close friends of mine. They be working for Budweiser, and they go into a bar at night, and they're not on duty. They're not in their uniform. They're not, and they drink a Coors beer. Their boss walks in and fires their ass. He says and I said, what? That's bullshit. And he said, well, it's ethical. I'm not supporting my company or whatever.
Yeah, I did hear about that. I don't know if I don't know if it's a freedom of speech or whatever it is. I guess it ties in somehow.
Yeah, but, it sucks. I totally agree with you guys, but, I don't know if it starts falling under that ethical BS or what, but I just thought I'd play devil's advocate here and give you a different view, maybe.
Well, they are kind of creepy. There's a lot of companies now that won't hire you if you smoke, which they say is health insurance reasons or, whatever. But it's amazing how they really are creeping, I guess they've always been in your personal business, but it's like they still refuse to get out of it. These people still refuse to get out of your business.
Exactly, Jimmy. I totally agree with you.
And how long has Kenny been doing comedy now?
I honestly don't know. When I first met him, we were I knew him with Dice. I never knew he had done stand-up or tried. I think it was more of like a thing he would do occasionally when the time was right, when he would just go up and, you know what I mean? I don't think it was ever something he said, I'm going to do. I know he doesn't want to do it professionally. He loves what he does. He's a cop. He loves being a cop. He doesn't want to leave that and do stand-up professionally. Mm-hmm. It's like a hobby.
All right, let's go to Dugout Doug. Doug, what's up today?
What's going on, guys? Good morning. And to the guy 3 calls ago, you can email an extra $40 to dugoutdoug@gmail.com if you want to pay $50 a month. But the unfortunate problem is with Kenny, and I am a huge Club Soda Kenny fan, so don't get me wrong here. I'm not taking you guys on. But what they're going to do is they're going to use taking a police officer and holding him to a higher standard routine, and they're going to go after him with that, which is really unfortunate, because they take the badge and the duty from the second you walk into an academy.
Well, Doug, let me cut you off and ask you a question. I know what you're saying about they have to give you a higher standard of behavior and stuff, but in a freedom of speech argument, when it comes down to a legal argument like that, what can they do?
Well, the problem is you're not talking legal. You're talking what a police department is going to do with Kenny's career right now. And what they're going to do is they're going to look at it from an ethical standpoint, almost as if you're held to a higher standard if you have the badge. Somewhere in that paperwork that he signed when he got that job, they can now go back and find something, and whether or not he is going to get shit for what he's actually doing here, which, as you're saying, and I agree with, is legally nothing. He's not breaking any laws by doing what he's doing, but they're going to go back and they're going to look for something now to ride his ass on.
You're saying a non-legal clause in his contract, they're not going after him legally. They're just saying, as far as this job is concerned, we can fire you for behaving this way.
Not necessarily for behaving that way. I don't know if they can actually fire him for this as far as the situation is concerned.
Who
but
knows?
They can't fire him for being a stand-up comic unless they're going to go to what you mentioned earlier. I'm sorry, what the article mentioned earlier, as far as working part-time without permission of the department. They can turn around and fire him for that.
But he wasn't working, so that's the beauty of it. I would. If Patrick, first of all, I'm doing that show tonight. If I found out Patrick was paying Club Soda Kenny and not me, I'd fucking set his house on fire.
And another beautiful thing is, too, which Kenny definitely has going for him, I've listened to every second of this show since you guys have been on XM. No idea until I saw that article this morning that Kenny was a cop.
Oh, he kept it separate. He always kept it separate.
Everybody. None of us said anything.
All right.
A good thing he has going for him as far as this whole situation is concerned is that he wasn't using that position to gain notoriety or wasn't using the position in his act.
Right.
To ridicule a police department or anything like that.
All right, Doug. I got to move on because
thanks, buddy.
Everybody wants in here. Debbie in New York.
And he's right, too.
Debbie.
Hey, how you doing,
You're
guys?
a cop?
Yes, I am. Hey, Jimmy, it's Debbie.
Oh, hey, Debbie, how are you?
Good. Doug's right on the fact that, when you become a cop, there's orders, and you're supposed to know the orders inside and out, whether you read them or not, and you have to follow them. In those orders is things unbecoming of a police officer, which you can lose your job, your pension, and everything for.
But how often is unbecoming a police officer challenged legally as a freedom of speech issue? Because, like, again, a lot of times, like they said, the courts have upheld the cops' right to do a certain thing in their private time. You know, conduct unbecoming a police officer could be when you're dressed as a cop, when you're on duty, say, seeing a pregnant woman and saying something about punching her, or if you see a black guy saying something racist. Technically, I don't think that's illegal, but that to me is conduct unbecoming a police officer.
Right.
What the order says is on and off duty. All of those orders say on and off duty.
So now it will come down to, is this unbecoming a police officer or is it not? Like, what's more important? Will that clause in his contract or his right to speak freely, which will weigh heavier? And I think the freedom of speech issue will, because he wasn't doing it as a cop and he wasn't being paid to do it. I think the freedom of speech issue will weigh heavier.
Mm-hmm. They're probably going to offer him some sort of deal, but he's probably going to lose his job. It's just the way that this job is. This job stinks, and if somebody has it out for you, they're going to throw you under the bus, and they're going to take everything from you if they can.
I will say, I hope you're wrong. I mean, I don't know. Especially if there's a lot of people talking about it. I'm glad, actually, that Star Ledger article was written for Kenny's sake, because now they can't just do it and brush him under the rug and go beat it.
Yeah. I would love to know who was the coward that anonymously mailed this in, too.
Yeah. What do you expect? Of course,
unbelievable.
It might be a cop that hates him, or it could just be a person who was offended by it and who recognized him from West. It could be anything.
Yep.
It could be anything. It could be somebody that just happened to have heard it or saw it on the internet that he arrested in the past, called the chief and was like, hey, he did this, this, and this.
Right.
That happens to us all the time.
I know there's no real friends in the when you're with the IAD, too.
No.
Yes, absolutely not.
There are a couple of people that probably would like to see you taken down a couple of notches.
Yeah. Right. All right, Debbie, we got to move on. Let's go to Sarge in Jersey. Sarge.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey, listen, man, this is all politics for Kenny, man.
Yep.
It's the mayor. If you read the paper, the police department didn't comment on it. The mayor did. It's just Jersey politics playing at its best. The mayor didn't like what he did, and he's getting humped.
This story has legs, man.
He's gonna have a big fight on his hand. But Jimmy, you're right with the constitutional issues. The Supreme Court's already ruled on that.
Yeah, because
we don't give up our rights when we become a cop.
Absolutely not. And again, if he was standing there in his city police officer uniform with a badge and a fake gun on a stage, I mean, to me, that's all right. I can understand that's conduct unbecoming an officer. But no one who doesn't know Kenny knows he's a cop.
Mm-hmm.
He never says it. What's that?
I didn't even know until today.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's not the way he carries himself. He doesn't run around. I'm a cop. Give me this. Give me that. He's just him.
Yeah, I'm a New Jersey cop, and the politics there are horrible. If he needs a good labor lawyer, I got the best.
Yeah, well, hopefully there'll be somebody or the ACLU. If the ACLU,
it's not going to be the ACLU.
Why?
Because they're not going to help a cop.
No, dude. They defend the Klan. I'll say one thing for the ACLU. As much as they annoy me, they've defended the Klan's right to march. They've defended a lot of like groups that, believe me, go completely against their ideology. The ACLU is annoying, but they're not completely obsessed.
He needs a specialized attorney of labor law that deals with just police departments and the rights of police officers. That's the only one that's going to get him off.
Well, Sarge, hold on the line.
All right.
Let's get some info from Sarge. Let's go to Buffalo. John, what's up?
Hey, it's Sean, man. What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, just wanted to say it's bullshit what happened to Kenny. Jimmy's right. If he's not standing up there in his police uniform with a gun, he's allowed to do whatever he wants, constitutional right. And I've seen it around here in the Buffalo, Syracuse, Niagara Falls area. Not that anyone's gotten in trouble for it yet, but just the standards of the comedy clubs, because of what these people can and can't say anymore and what they're scared to do, it's bringing it way down, and it sucks. It really does. I just wanted to say TNA with O&A in Buffalo was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And
one of the greatest things ever. Those video clips still being downloaded all over the place.
The best fucking day of my life.
We'll never be back, unfortunately, because of that.
I know, man.
But,
I wish you guys still be, but thank you for coming. Fist her ass. I'm punching out, guys.
All right. I think there's some warrants out for us in Buffalo still.
Yeah. I don't know if we're allowed back.
No. David in Atlanta, what's up?
Hey, guys. I love the show.
All right.
I just want to say I think it's pretty obvious who it was that ratted on Kenny.
Yeah.
I think it was Rich Voss because he was upset that Kenny's act was so much better than his.
Hello. I'm making an anonymous phone call.
Yeah, that's how they knew it was somebody, because he said, "Hi, this is Rich Voss, and I'm calling in anonymity."
In anonymity.
Yeah.
That's funny. Let's go to Rob in New York. Rob.
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
We're doing all right. Our buddy's in trouble, and we're not happy about it.
Yeah, I feel really bad for Kenny. Here's what's going on. I'm an English teacher, and I also teach a little bit of ethics in the classroom. I just wanted to talk about the ethics of the situation. Now, legally, they really don't have a case against Kenny. It's all going to come down to ethics and whether or not, he violated any ethics as a cop. Now, he never mentioned being a cop in his act. He's never mentioned, any kind of that. He even goes under a different name. So legally, they have nothing on him. Now, the problem is that somebody brought this attention to the cops, to his department. Chances are they probably already knew that he was doing this, and so they have to respond to a complaint. So when they get a complaint like this, and when they have to investigate it. So they're probably going to blow it up as big as possible. But if I were Kenny, and Kenny, if you're listening right now, breathe easy on this, because this is all going to blow over eventually. And what's going to happen is they're going to eventually, they have to look into it. After they look into it, they're going to find pretty much nothing, and they're going to run a little 3-line article in the Star Ledger, and you'll be all right.
Here's what you said, about as far as what did you say about being a cop and sort of ethics? This is where the freedom of speech comes in, because if you're that's like saying the ethics. Say he went up and did a Brian Regan type of an act, there would be no issue. So the behavior wasn't unethical. It was just what he was saying you understand what I mean? It's not like he was behaving inappropriately. No police department would say you couldn't go up there and do a Brian Regan type of an act for free. They would never try to tell you that. So the fact that he's doing an un-Regan-like act is, to me, the problem. It wasn't an unethical behavior. It was just unpopular what he was saying in the context of something that's a completely allowed thing to do.
Now, if he's going up there and he's saying, hey, I'm a local New Jersey cop, and this is my name, that would be a violation of his ethics, because he's bringing pretty much bringing the shield into the comedy club. Right. He is representing himself as a cop, but he's not. He is totally under a different name, and so therefore it's not a violation.
There was a woman a woman cop. She posed nude in one of the nudie magazines, and they couldn't get her on that. What they got her on is that she used part of her uniform during the shoot. Like she had her hat on. Right. Or something else.
That goes way back now.
And they said it wasn't the fact that she was nude. It was the fact that she was using part of her uniform, and then it brought the whole cop aspect into it. And Kenny just never let on that he was a cop, never identified himself as a cop when he was on stage, had a different character name. I think that really is important in this.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, thank you.
All right, punching out. Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
All right, Brian in San Diego.
Yeah, I'm a cop out here in San Diego. I'm on the job right now. And we actually had an incident with a guy who did put some of his uniform and badge and stuff on a picture. He was selling photos on an internet, masturbating, taking nude pictures, and selling his semen-stained underwear. Oof. He got fired, fought it through the courts, and we had to give him his job back. But what got him, and what hopefully Kenny didn't do, is that he had been caught earlier and given a direct order to knock it off, so he ended up getting fired for disobeying a direct order. So they couldn't get him on any First Amendment stuff. That's how he got his job back. But because he had violated an order, they went ahead and booted him out.
And the thing is, what you're saying, a guy masturbating in his uniform and selling photos and then selling his load-stained underwear, can anybody not see the difference between that type of sociopathic behavior and a guy blowing off steam telling some dumb jokes in a proper and appropriate setting?
So I agree, and I don't think he's going to have too much to worry about based on court decisions in the past, as long as he hadn't been told in the past to knock this off. And from everything I'm hearing from you guys, it doesn't sound like that's the case.
And to be honest with you, would they even be able to tell him to knock it off? Would they be able to tell a guy in your private life, don't go out and do stand-up comedy to blow off steam? Would they be able to if it's not moonlighting? I don't even know if they could do that.
Well, yeah, the getting paid for it's a different issue and stuff is to it. His act, if it is, like you guys are saying it, yeah, they could. We do sign, like the other cop from Debbie or whatever said, we are aware that anything we do off-duty could get you in trouble if it brings negative light on the department, and that's what the department's looking at. And the teacher or the cop that was just on is saying they are going to suspend him while they do the interview or the investigation, and then I think he'll be reinstated. But, yeah, they could tell you, don't do this, don't do that. And you have to get an agreement for outside employment, whether it's coaching high school baseball or comedy or whatever. So they could say not to do it.
Right.
And then if you did it, it's a violation of an order, and that could get you fired, but not what you said.
Right.
All right, thanks, buddy.
All right, Brian, thank you. We're going to try to move on here. Dave in West Virginia. Dave.
Yeah, hey, I just started listening to you guys on XM Love the Show.
Thanks,
Hey,
Dave.
I got two good words for you. Sean Hannity. He's been looking for a story. This is the story, man.
Well, Sean listens to our show every morning. If he's listening, I would love to get him on the show and see what he thinks of this.
Yeah, we're trying to get him.
We're trying to get him, actually. Thank you, David.
All right, punching out.
We'll send the bat signal out to Sean Hannity. Give us a call, Sean, or if someone knows Sean, call him at home and tell him Opie and Anthony needs him for a second or two. John in Miami, what's up?
Hey, let's be honest. You guys are just radio whores. 11 o'clock comes and you're going to go to lunch and not give a shit about Club Soda, Kenny.
Wow. You sure don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
We're actually really good friends off the air, too.
That's a strong statement there, John.
Howard Stern told me to call and say that. I'm sorry. Did I screw up something?
Ugh. Oh, dude.
Oh, God, dude.
You're an embarrassment to yourself.
You think so?
Dude, go ahead.
Yeah. Your phone call was awful.
No, it wasn't.
Pretty bad.
Howard Stern told
Anything
me to
else?
call? Yeah.
Come on. This was probably the best call of the morning.
Oh, God.
Thanks, John.
You're embarrassing.
What a cornball.
Dan in Connecticut. Dan.
Hey, I was just going to say, the same kind of thing happened to that wrestler, John Bradshaw Layfield. He was doing like an anti-Hispanic thing on the WWE, and then the next thing he got fired from CNBC because it was too offensive.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's the guy, the wrestler, Bradshaw. I knew him as Bradshaw when I was watching wrestling. I haven't watched in a few years now, but
he was all hip on stocks.
Turns out he's pretty brilliant with his finances there, and CNBC gave him a little spot on the show. Then he did some offensive material for WWE in the ring, and
total character,
and then next thing you know, CNBC fires his ass.
Yeah.
It's amazing what happens out there.
It's amazing when you're saying things that are just politically incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
How the reaction is. No one gives a shit about your right to free speech when it comes to something like that. Well, should not tolerate officers who joke about rape, regardless of their right to speak freely. Wrong,
that's
lady.
A very dangerous statement,
that is completely included in the right to free speech. Not regardless.
Yeah, it's unpopular speech has to be protected. That's exactly what it's about, stupid.
There's too many Americans that have no concept of what the freedom of speech is. They just don't know.
Look, I'm not a lawyer, but I remember in high school, I believe, and I know someone will correct me, free speech covers most free speech, except for, they call it TPM, time, place, and manner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't yell fire in a movie theater and say it's free speech.
We knew that one.
You can't incite a riot.
Always hear that one.
That's the best example where you can't incite a riot.
Sometimes free speech means you're going to hear some terrible, awful things.
Yes.
And that's what people don't understand.
How about don't yell anything in a movie theater? I'm trying to watch the movie.
Absolutely. If you're black, you can't go into a movie theater. Oh, no, I hope they don't fire me for that.
Oh,
sorry,
Jesus.
guys. Just kidding. LOL.
Let's see. Well, a couple more, and then we'll try to move on here. Mike in Pennsylvania. Mike.
Hey, guys. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but the problem is this isn't a First Amendment issue. Now, bear with me here.
All right.
I'm in the adult entertainment industry as a producer, and we're dealing with a big First Amendment issue right now with this thing called 2257. It's these regulations which are really restricting speech and everything because it's the threat of prosecution. What's going on with Kenny is it's an employment issue. He's not being threatened with prosecution and going to jail and stuff like that. The First Amendment protects against, the government coming after you, taking your stuff, and throwing you in jail. As an employment issue, I don't know if New Jersey is a right-to-work state, but in Pennsylvania, if you walk in one day and the boss decides he doesn't like the way you dyed your hair because he likes blondes as opposed to brunettes, he can get rid of you.
Yeah, but you know what? I know what you're saying. No one is saying that he's being legally They're not threatening him with jail. But freedom of speech still covers you at work.
It most certainly does not.
You're completely wrong. In a lot of cases, it does.
Well,
then you're saying that after that happens, the boss just kind of, wrings his hands of you and shuts the door, and there's no repercussions for him or his place of employment? Yeah, exactly.
Civil ones. But as it comes down to a First Amendment issue, and believe me, I wish it was the other way because it's a big pain in the ass where
So wait, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Let's say you're there with your boss, and you're talking to somebody, and he overhears you saying, I voted for Bush. You're saying that he could fire you for that, and you wouldn't have a legal case in court, or you could sue for millions?
Here's the thing. He doesn't have to tell you why he's firing you.
I don't know where is that, like when you're a cop?
I know.
Because first of all, you work for the government when you're a cop. It's not a privately owned family business. He's a cop. He's paid by the government.
I know, but it's the difference is that he's collecting a paycheck and he's an employee, as opposed to them coming to his house, knocking on his door, and arresting him because he was on stage saying something, that they didn't like. It's different. That's unfortunate, but it is.
I don't think it is. I know what you're saying about civil. In this case, maybe civil, and they're not threatening to put him in jail. But they can't, I don't think, just throw away your freedom of speech. You're saying basically that an employer can just fire you with no cause whatsoever if he doesn't like something you say.
They can't stop him from doing that. They can't say to him, okay, you can't go back to the comedy club and do that. They can just say, if you want to keep your job, you can't.
I disagree. I don't think they can say that.
They absolutely they certainly can.
Well, then why have the courts overturned it? Why have the courts sided with cops?
You'll have to look in the difference between civil and criminal. The First Amendment will only fall on the criminal side, not the civil side.
I don't think that's true. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think that's true.
Look into everything that's going on with.
And you can't compare porn, dude. I know what you're saying. I'm a big porn fan, but porn, they're basically attacking the idea of porn. No one's attacking. You understand? Doing stand-up comedy is no one's attacking that idea. They're only saying the way he did it we don't like. With porn's a totally different issue. That's a religious issue. It's sickening, but come on, it's a totally different thing.
All right, Mike. Thank you.
All right, thanks. See ya.
Uncle Sam off Instant Feedback from whackbag.com. Is this MSNBC or is it the O&A show? Stop the legal call-in, people. They all suck. Boring.
What a douchebag.
Uncle Sam, go fuck yourself.
Oh, fuck yourself.
I like the rest of his post there.
Go fuck yourself. Let me quickly explain here. One of our boys is in trouble. I don't give a fuck about doing an entertaining radio show today. We talk about what's on our minds. One of our guys is in deep trouble, and we're going to talk about it. If you don't like that, go find a fucking morning zoo and enjoy a battle of the sexes.
Yeah,
leave, dickbag.
Douchebag.
Don't give a shit about you, Uncle Sam.
Whatever your fucking real name is.
When you get your own radio show, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
But you're not going to have a radio show ever, are you, Uncle Sam?
I want to laugh this
you?
morning. Kind of like typing guy.
Way to get the show, Uncle Sam. Way to get the show.
off.
Oh, Uncle Sam's just a jerk off.
Some days we have to go down these type of roads. That's what makes this show so special.
Here's the bottom line. If you don't like the discussion this morning, or if you know what? Fuck you. Turn something else on.
Yeah, just go somewhere else.
Fucking bad.
Go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, this is going to be an ongoing story. This story definitely has legs. It's going to get very interesting from here. Wet Chicken wants to check in real fast. Wet Chicken, what's up?
Hey, New Hampshire is also a right-to-work state, and they can can you for anything without any reason. But down here, he's got the union. But anyway, I'm just calling to find out if the listeners can do anything. I'm not going to call us pests. Can the listeners do anything?
I don't think so at this point. I mean, again, he's got to get a lawyer and all this stuff, and there's really not much to do. I don't think it's gone on long enough yet.
Yeah, he's got to fight it professionally right now.
Yeah, he's got to fight it legally. He's got to save his pension, man, for his family. He's less than a year away from getting his pension. That's what's scary here.
Yeah,
and that's the huge issue right there. By the way, I personally think I think his job. I think it's over, but it's just how it's going to end.
Well, he was 22 years in. I mean, he's I think been a cop long enough.
So, you know what? Kenny reads whackbag.com. Maybe, there's going to be some discussions going on. Maybe you guys can hang out there, and we'll see what happens from here.
All right, we'll do what he says. You guys suck.
All right, thanks, Wet Chicken. Oh, God, does that infuriate me.
Yep. Poor Kenny.
He's the greatest guy, man.
He's just a good guy, too.
He's made my life so much easier in the last few years. I can't even tell you.
Yeah, it really is annoying.
And, he is really bummed out right now. So we'll see how this works out.
All kinds of emails and phone calls going back and forth after the show. Like douchebag, a caller was saying, oh, you're just not even going to friggin' think about it. It's just for the show. Yeah. Maybe with other phony people that you listen to, that's the case. But, you know, we're about real things over here and very concerned about Kenny.
Yeah, but tune in and get your traffic every 10 minutes. Tune into another show if you're not happy with this discussion.
Yeah.
I don't care. Z100 here in New York. I'll give you whatever city you're in. There's a zoo crew.
Yeah.
If you're in Seattle or wherever, or Sacramento, there was a very amusing little radio show we listened to the other day with two guys in a hole. Tune in and listen to that.
Yeah, go find a station with a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
go
more
listen
your
to that.
speed,
You'll
Uncle
love it.
Sam. More your speed.
I just want to hear, like, the morning joke at 7:20.
And don't worry about First Amendment rights when it comes to the instant feedback. Because Uncle Sam, banned.
Absolutely.
There is no First Amendment. I run the instant feedback like Stalin. You never existed. Wiped from the record books.
You teach Uncle Sam exactly how lucky he is to live in America.
That's right.
Uncle Sam is a bucket of jizz.
He wrote, Anthony, ban me for at least as long as this segment's on. Oh, believe me, I can't unban you, my friend.
Good.
Won't be hearing from him anymore.
All right, we'll get into other things after the break. Grammy talk and...
Grammy, how's your Grammy?
Oh, my God, don't even...
Oh, I thought you meant...
Don't even.
Grammy.
Don't even.
But wait.
What's the matter?
You just brought up something that is like the hackiest radio bit ever.
What?
That's what morning zoos do.
Stop it.
We're going to talk about the Grammys, and then they have all their grandmas call in and talk about...
Are you? No, stop it. I'm
Swear
going
to
to have
God.
to throw myself out this
Swear
window
to God.
if that's the truth.
That was my-
I can't live in a
Swear to
world
God, one
that
day-
has that.
One day I'm going to have to make a list of all the hacky bits that you hear in your city.
Grammy talk coming up.
That is done in every city in America. It's not an original idea even.
Dude, if
They
there's
steal it
one
from some
show
other douchebag. I'm telling you, there might even
out
be...
there today.
There might be a show out there today doing what's called Grammy Talk. And it's basically getting the radio host grandmas on the phone to talk about music and the awards from last night.
Holy
I swear to you,
shit.
it's one of the hackiest radio bits ever.
Wow. Is that bad?
I swear to you, it's called Grammy Talk.
Oh, maybe Uncle Sam could tune into one of those shows.
Yeah.
Get a laugh.
You can laugh and laugh
You
and
could
laugh.
laugh and laugh.
Ah, it's the grandmothers. I thought they were going to talk about the Grammy show.
And we'll talk about the Grammys next. We also have a 45-year-old shrink that had sex with a 17-year-old. And for once, the 17-year-old boy is going, hey, what was the big deal?
Problem here? Problem?
He's finally speaking up like, look, man, it was cool. You know, but he was 16 at the time, which made it illegal, and his...
what was that woman thinking?
And his mom is very pissed off. We'll get into that story. And also, there's something else in here. Oh, some dude got fired from work for playing solitaire.
Yeah.
Fucking guy. $30,000 a year job.
Yeah.
Just wants to play a little solitaire in between his stupid tasks. And the boss comes walking in.
Yeah,
Bloomberg.
Did you see who the boss was?
Bloomberg.
It's Mayor Bloomberg. Perhaps when the mayor drops in on your fucking office, you could clear your screen of the solitaire game, you fucking...
Wait a minute. He was away
wait a
from the
minute.
computer. He was away from the computer. He didn't know he was coming in.
I am such an ass. Wait, so Mayor Bloomberg, the mayor of New York City,
Yeah.
walked in and saw this guy playing solitaire?
Not playing. Yeah, Jimmy's right. He was away from his computer, but stupid left the solitaire game up on his computer as he's walking around doing things or whatever.
Right.
And Bloomberg is walking around the office. He looks over and sees a screen with solitaire on it. And then I'm sure he's read all the articles about how many man hours are lost every year to computer, people gaming and being online.
Mm-hmm.
And he loses his mind and just goes, whose desk is that? Whose desk was that? Boom. Fired.
Ah, the mayor is delusional.
Yeah, he's a fucking billionaire. It's like the guy makes $30,000 a year. Why? I mean, Warner would suspend him for a week, but why do you get a shit? There's no that's front page on the Post, by the way.
Yeah.
That cop died who was shot by the other cop and had his leg cut off after being attacked by those fucking chimps
Outside
in
White Castle?
Yeah, he's dead, and that's kind of like a little corner. And here's the big things on the cover of the Post: the Page 6 magazine advertisement and fucking the game over. Some guy getting fired for solitaire.
Yeah, he's got like a little corner. Hero cop dies.
The mayor, he's a billionaire. He just fucked this guy's life. And the mayor's not stupid. Everyone, screws off at work. Everybody does it.
And it's not like he was doing it when the guy walked in.
We do a talk show and we screw off as we're talking. We're checking out all sorts of crazy websites and other things.
That's our job.
But it's amazing. I mean, what are you doing? Just talk to the guy. He only makes $30,000 a year.
Do you think he even talked to him or just went to someone else and said...
No. The story says, well, we could do it now. This was a tease, but Mayor Bloomberg had a city clerical worker fired, so he saw it and then went to this guy's
He
boss.
should have walked right up to the guy and really berated him in front of the rest of the employees. That would have gotten him.
After visiting his office and getting enraged when he saw a solitaire card game on his computer. Poor guy.
I
He
can
was
almost
making
see if it was
$30,000 a year.
porn
Yeah,
at
porno
work, but
or
a
something.
solitaire game? Of all the computer things you could do, that's the fucking guy should be fired for just being a bore.
And he was on the job for 6 years, only making $30,000 a year.
You know what, though? Bloomberg, every time you see him, he's just working. He's biking to work, and then he gets there, and he rolls up his shirt sleeves, hangs out in the bullpen with all the rest of the people. He doesn't have his separate little office somewhere away. He's constantly working. And he walks in and sees this guy. His computer's got solitaire on it. It's not gonna go over too well with that guy, with Bloomberg.
All right. That's pretty sad, though.
I don't know. I should he have been fired? No. But should he have been so fucking stupid? No.
And on the way, dummy of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Dummy of the day on the way. And we're hearing things. We're hearing things.
Couple of things.
Something might be released any moment. I don't know. If it is, we'll have Elo on the phone to
And we'll
explain.
talk about the Grammys and all the great guests we've gotten that were a part of the Grammys.
I think this is going to be an angry program today.
Oh, yeah.
An angry program. Yes, DC wants us to be more mainstream with this show.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that concept. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah.
And then we have something huge like the Grammys. XM was a huge part of the Grammys last night. On the red carpet, their logo was behind, the stars as they're marching in and getting photographed and stuff. And
we get anybody?
And we got
who we got calling in?
We got Lee Abrams. Will give us a little Grammy
yeah.
talk.
That's good.
But we didn't get anybody.
Not one.
Not one musician. But DC wants us to be more mainstream.
Yep.
Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help today.
And of all the baseball players, we've got Cal Ripken Jr. once, and Dibble, who we like a lot. And who's that?
The other...
Yeah, no, wait, I'm trying to think. Oh, but you know what? There's a lot of artist confidentials where the artists come in and perform. And of all those guys, they've helped us out by getting us... Wait a minute. Wait, it'll come...
Well, there's that time with... that time. That one person almost did a phoner with us.
Because I know there was...
But then they had to, get their hair cut or something.
Yeah. It just makes you sick.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Your home for good, clean, wholesome family entertainment. Wow.
That is such a long way to go just to say
It's the Opie and Anthony.
Oh, we got drama today. Drama.
That's fun.
We're trying to get Black Earl on the phone.
It's funny.
You're listening to three guys that are very annoyed today. Very annoyed. Our buddy Club Soda Kenny's in trouble. Just Google our names, Opie and Anthony, and you'll get the article from the New Jersey Star-Ledger. We just talked about that for an hour. We'll talk about it again. And then we want to go into some Grammy stuff. And we record stuff every night in our office. We have TVs all over the joint.
Yep.
And Black Earl, who doesn't like going home, is on the phone. Earl.
Yo.
What's going on, buddy?
What's happening?
Did you watch the Grammys?
Bits and pieces.
Why bits and pieces?
Kind of boring.
Were you changing the channels a lot?
No.
Where did you watch the Grammys?
We were working on some stuff, and we watched part of it, when we could, in the producer studio.
Also known as our big office?
No, the producer's room next door to the studio.
Earl, everyone crowded into that tiny room to watch the Grammys instead of on the nice couches in our big office with the huge flat screen?
Big flat screen plasma TV?
Oh, it was just like...
Earl, let's ask straight out. Was anybody from your staff in the Opie and Anthony office at any time last night?
No.
No.
I mean, outside of... We were working on a couple of production pieces, but we didn't touch the television.
Look. Wait. Maybe
you were in our office working on production pieces?
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't hear the question.
Why are they in our office at all?
That's what I asked. Earl, was anyone in the office last night?
Outside of us? No.
No. Earl.
Was any of your staff in our office?
I'm asking if any of the staff was inside our office. I want a yes or a no.
Yes.
Okay.
You were working on...
Yes.
Who?
You were working on... Who was in the office? Name everybody.
Ben, come in here, please. Who was in the office? Earl?
Yeah.
Who was in the office?
Well, it was me. Well, I can't even... Well, it was me.
Uh-huh.
And someone we can't name yet because the paperwork hasn't been done yet.
Why are you guys in our office?
Because some of the audio we can't access. We can only load it through your computers. Everyone is completely aware of this.
Uh-huh.
But someone was in the office, and this is the problem. They changed the channel, and they fucked us up bad today. We had no audio because one of your guys was changing the channel. There's been emails and notes posted everywhere saying, don't fucking change the channel.
The channel on the big screen TV cannot be changed because the remote not only changes that, it changes every one of the boxes on there that are recording separate channels. And all of a sudden, we have nothing that we were recording the night before. Now, I've seen on three different occasions the same emails go out because this has happened before. And your staff is supposed to be completely aware of this. I've gotten emails where it says your staff is completely aware of this. And yet again, it happened.
What is Danny showing me?
Danny's got some type of evidence. Danny, what is that?
Well, basically, I wanted to see what was going on the PC last night, so I just did a search for last modified files, and everything that's coming up is Ron and Fez production between the hours of 8 and 11.
8 and 11 at night. So not only was someone in the office, they were in there from 8 o'clock till 11 o'clock.
For 3 hours.
Well, I was working on Eric's computer. We were there pretty late.
So you're telling me that no? So what they did was, you watched part of the Grammys, not all of them, but they didn't watch them on the computers in the TVs in the office, the big flat screen. They ran in to this little shitty peep booth and watched them here next to the studio. That's what we're supposed to
Even though
believe.
you were in our office for 3 straight hours doing Ron and Fez production.
You wouldn't.
What?
You guys are fucking lying.
You're lying.
Earl, you are lying now.
Why would you watch the Grammys in this tiny little studio when you were in our huge office with the huge flat screen?
For the entire Grammy broadcast.
For the entire... What?
I will tell you the segment that we happened to catch.
I don't give a shit what you watched of the Grammys. The fact is you watched it in our office and someone changed the channel on the TV and they fucked us bad today.
Was the channel changed on the TV during the time you were in there for 3 hours?
I don't know. Oh, God.
Yes, you do
Just
know.
answer. You do know.
For the sake of guilt, yes.
Who changed the channel?
It was probably me.
Now, weren't you told, Earl, in 3 different times that channel is not to be changed because it interferes with the other boxes?
I fucked up. I'm sorry.
You fucked up what, again? This is the 3rd time that I can count, and I pay no attention to what goes on in this fucking place. Third time.
Third time?
Third
I don't know what the other
time.
two times were, but this time, for the sake of everything, I did it.
Well, one
The other
time
two
is
times, I didn't do it.
Earl, one time is too many. We're a very popular
Yeah.
talk show that broadcasts in 2 fucking countries, and you're sitting there with the remote fucking us up.
Oh, God.
We love Ron and Fez, but you guys are ridiculous
You
behind the
cost
scenes.
us a lot of fucking audio today.
How about you help the show and you sing all the performances, because we don't have them. Do your impression of Bono, because we really need it now.
Yeah. What did you see?
I didn't even see. You know what I saw? We saw the.
I don't care what you saw. We care that you changed the channel when people have told you don't change the channel because it fucks up our recording.
And then you denied it.
Yeah.
And then you denied it and said you watched it in another office.
You lied, and then I asked you if anyone was in the office, and your first response to that was no. And then it turns out
we
that...
were working on production all night last night.
I don't give a shit.
But when you were initially asked, you said no, which was a lie.
You lied.
And now, what, E-Rock,
No,
you
said,
got
did
something?
anyone touch the...
No, we said we were in the office, and you said no.
I just asked if anyone was in the office at all, and at first you said no.
Last night.
Right. E-Rock, what do you got?
Earl, didn't you call me last night in a panic around 7:35 asking how to reset the television recording program on the computer?
Oh!
And did I not walk you through it saying, do you see this? Do you see that? Are you watching TV? Yes, you were watching TV. Is everything back online? Yes.
And what did I tell you? I said, is everything set now? Was the television set on the monitor?
And why did you get in that situation to begin with?
Yeah, you knew you fucked up then.
Because instead of minimizing it, I hit the other button by
He
accident.
disconnected the actual he turned the program off that is set to record the television. I walked through him with it.
And you told me everything was fine.
Earl, you were in the office. I'm asking you to tell me what was on the screen. I'm like, do you see this? Yes. Do these little red dots showing up? Yes. So you're watching TV. The program's back on. It's recording. Yes. Okay, I'm going back to sleep. I'll talk to you later. Okay, Earl, bye.
I can't believe I'm saying this today, but I love E-Rock.
E-Rock's full of piss and vinegar.
Come on, E-Rock.
Well, you're not going to...
Come on, baby!
If it's technical shit, there's no way Eric is wrong and Earl is right. No way.
Come on, baby.
Than's got something? Than?
Well, I think it even was fixed because we have the first glorious 8 minutes of the Grammys.
So it may have gotten fixed and then fucked up 8 minutes later.
Exactly.
So we could play Madonna, trying to look like Farrah Fawcett in a leotard. That's our Grammy coverage.
So like so Earl may have actually fixed it and then completely fucked it up again.
By turning it off.
8 minutes later by changing the channel or something else.
Yeah.
Why are these guys allowed in our office? That's what I need to know.
Because
I love Ron and Fez. They do an unbelievable show. I listen every day, but I got to tell you, their people behind the scenes are incompetent and have no business being in our office where the big boys play.
Well, wait.
Get the fucking guys a little Commodore computer and let them hang out somewhere else. You guys don't deserve to be in our office.
How else were we
They don't.
anything done?
You because of shit like this, you do stuff that you've been told not to do with the TV, and you fucked us. You cost us audio, a lot of it.
Understand, though.
I do understand. You cost us audio and lied about it.
What? There you go.
Yeah, jump up and down on luggage.
Great. Way to go. Way to go.
Dope.
Way to go,
Stop
Earl.
sulking. You fucked up.
Who put the grilled cheese sandwich in the VCR? Which one of the infants that work for Ron and Fez did that?
What'd you break, Earl, this time? And he hung up.
Earl?
He just jumped up and down like a lunatic.
Let me tell you
Who
something.
fucking cares?
For anybody
Actually,
that listens...
Sorry, go ahead.
For anyone that listens to the Ron and Fez show and hears Earl bantering with Ron and Fez, that's the new Earl, by the way. That is the new Earl. We don't know that Earl. The Earl you just heard is the Earl we have known for 6-7 years, has it been? I don't even know at this point. But that is the Earl we know. That is the Earl we have had a contact with for 7 fucking years.
He just had a flashback.
He had a flashback. What he did was he took the receiver of his phone and smashed it. That's the sound you were hearing. He was smashing it on the table. It either broke or after that he hung up.
He definitely broke his phone.
He broke his phone. And the anger that came out in that was directed at no one but himself. Because he knows he fucked up.
I got a communique to Don Wicklund. We don't want them in our office.
You guys
love
gotta
Ron Fez, but don't want their people in our office.
You gotta wire their office with a computer that the production, whatever
don't
they
want
need,
them in
can
our
be
office.
done.
Can't be trusted. We've had emails, we've had notes posted, we've told people personally, and still our recordings get fucked up. And this is a huge day where we really needed the TVs because we wanted to, play some of the shit from the Grammys.
It's the
last
Grammys.
night.
Yeah. They need their own stuff, whatever they need to record, whatever they need to record, they need in their office so that the infants don't come in and just fuck up our office.
I didn't lie about it.
By the way, I've been good guy. I haven't even brought up the fact that there's surprises on my desk every morning when I walk in. I don't know who's putting shit there. Just cups of water and things are on there. My computer's fucked up somehow, but, I'm one of those guys. I could click and fix a lot of stuff right away. I notice programs are downloaded on my computer. And that computer in the office is a person. It's my computer. It's not an office computer. It's not a production computer. My fucking computer. And I notice programs. Pictures are downloaded onto the desktop from somewhere. I have no clue.
Yeah.
There's big lines of history on websites that I have no idea who they are, what they use them for. That's still happening, by the way. But I haven't mentioned that because I just deal with it.
Make no mistake, we have no problems with Ron and Fez.
I love Ron and Fez.
It's these dopes that work for them.
I don't know how they keep the show working with the incompetent buffoons that they have behind the scenes. How that ship, the SS Ron and Fez, stays afloat with a blind crew running it is beyond me. It is a tribute to their own talent that they actually put on an entertaining program on a daily basis with retarded children running their show.
And you guys laugh at me. They don't deserve to hang in our office.
No. The staff? No.
They don't deserve it. Because they sit around like, oh, wow, look, this is cool. Let me see what's on TV.
Let me fuck with this. Believe me, 24 hours a day, when we're not even here, shit is going on in that office that is helping our show. There's automated stuff. It's the year 2001. Make believe there are robots in there. It's the 21st century, excuse me. It's the 21st century. Make believe there are robots walking around doing work.
Right.
Because that's exactly what is really happening. It's automated. Things are working even when we're not there.
Can't you keep your Pal Talk camera on? It's on right now so people can check out our office.
Office Cam will now remain on all the time. Office Cam all the time. Log on. You can log on at home. We will keep that room open. We want you to rat out whoever the fuck gets screen caps. Everyone is a cop for the O&A show right now. All you pests, new mission. Monitor Office Cam. Rat out whoever's in there.
You all get deputy badges.
You're deputies now.
You all get deputy badges.
I want screen caps and dossiers of everyone that walks in that place.
Someone make a deputy badge and start handing it out.
And we will hook up a gun to the camera, and you will be able to shoot whoever you see in there.
That's right. Earl?
Yes.
How's your phone?
What'd you break?
Everything.
Well, stop breaking stuff.
Well, you prefer me hitting somebody?
Oh, who are you going to hit?
Yourself.
Yeah, could you just punch yourself in the head? Could you do a Fight Club scene for us and throw yourself through a bookshelf?
I'm hearing good things about you. I'm hearing that you changed your act and you're doing terrific things for Ron and Fez, okay? But shut up. As the boss of the Ron and Fez show, you got to get your people in line.
You know what?
Get your people in line.
Very hard.
I don't care if they work very hard. They're fucking up our show. Do you get it, Earl? There's a problem, and as the boss, you have to take care of it.
You don't want to take responsibility, then who did it?
No, I said I will take responsibility for that.
Uh-huh.
I will take complete responsibility for that. But don't knock my fucking crew.
Your crew is a bunch of retards.
Don't mock your crew. There's new people on your crew every day.
Exactly. They're retards. I'm mocking them.
I couldn't even name them, and Ron and Fez have been here almost a year already.
Yeah. Your crew?
Your crew? I've been working with the same guys for, 8 years.
There was fucking video of your crew playing tag football before the Super Bowl in a park.
But as I was,
Earl, you understand the situation. As the boss, you got to make sure that you or no one from your staff fucks with our office when we're not here. Simple.
It's also my responsibility that work has to get done, right?
Yeah, but
that's the only room where it's capable of getting it done.
It's not about the work. It's about who turned the channel when there was signs all over and everybody was told not to turn the channel. It's not about the computers.
Earl, let me...
out of my way
Right.
avoid that problem.
Let me tell you something else, Earl. Let me tell you something else as far as you being in a supervisor capacity here. You know what happened when we came in here? We didn't really have a lot of the shit we needed. Somebody took the bull by the horns, if I can say that. Jimmy, can I?
I'd prefer you didn't, but it's already out.
All right. Took the bull by the horns and went to management, and we fucking didn't leave them alone until we had the equipment we needed to put on the program we need to. Not walking around looking for someone else's shit so we can do our stuff. You need to get your shit together, go to Wicklund, go to ELO, and demand that you get the equipment you guys need to put on a show.
You don't think we haven't asked that?
Not good enough.
You don't think... I mean, and this is not enough because you guys have been great. I want to say this very
Watch
clearly.
us do you a favor. Right now, we'll do you a favor. Wicklund, get them the fucking shit they need so they're out of our office. We need it by the end of the fucking week, which is tomorrow. Get them the shit they need so they no longer have to use our office. Do it immediately. There you go, Earl. Problem solved.
Who turned the channel, Earl? Was it you or are you covering for somebody?
I'm sorry?
Did you turn the channel or are you covering for somebody?
No, I'm not covering for anyone. I'll take the responsibility for it.
Did you do it?
Did you do it?
I don't remember. I woke up 15 minutes ago. I'm freaking...
Oh, boy, you did it,
I
didn't
don't
you,
know
Earl?
what I did last night.
Boy.
It cost us Grammys audio today.
There's a lot of moving boxes around the joint today. Maybe a few of those boxes should have Earl's name on them. Oh, boy, Earl.
Maybe it should.
Maybe it should.
Every show in the country
is
talking about the Grammys, except for us because we don't have the audio.
Because you might have or might have not changed the channel.
I was working on a computer last night.
So what?
I
So
don't
stay
care.
off the TV.
Don,
Fucking work on the computer. Big deal.
All kidding aside, Don Wicklund, you got to take care of this because we've had it. We can't have guys changing the channel and fucking up all our recordings.
I don't have to get screamed at 8:15 in the morning.
Hey, Earl, thanks. Now we get to play our Black Earl song. I love this song. After the song, what happened? Oh, Derek is yelling and screaming. Derek, turn your mic on. Everyone is pissed off today.
I've never seen a crankier fucking show than the Opie and Anthony show this day. Everyone is fucking in a crank.
Even E-Rock, who's the most timid member of the show, went off today.
E-Rock unloaded on Earl.
I bow to Look, I'll do it on Pal Talk and everything. I bow to E-Rock.
Yes.
That's right. Good boy. Nice bow.
Do we got the Black Girl song? Oh, now it's over here? All right, we're going to play this. When we get back, we got Judah coming in?
Yes.
Judah.
Judah. J-U-D-A-A. You know from the cellar.
Yeah, I know, but why is it spelled J-U-N-A-H?
It's not. Whoever wrote that down, Hawk?
No, that was Ben. That was Ben. Look at Ben. Hey, it was you.
I thought it looked like an N.
Judah Ben Hurst
How do you
here.
confuse a D and an M, you numb motherfucker?
And also an old friend stopping by to say hi, Laura Korn. Looking more like Barbara Eden every day. She's outside the studio to
Nice
give us
cheeks, Jesus.
To give us some sex advice, I guess. Ben, anything?
I screwed up. I wrote it wrong.
Wow.
All right, no problem.
You're right. Nope.
Dave from Florida, what's up?
Hey, I was just wondering if you caught the Bubba show last night and heard what he had to say about you.
No, that guy is hilarious and edgy. What did he say?
What did Todd say today?
He called Opie a pussy, and he called Anthony a pussy, and he called the pest a big bunch of pussies.
Ooh.
And if you ever saw Opie, he was going to kick his little red-headed ass, and that Anthony was a zit-faced motherfucker.
Todd.
I was before Accutane. I got to say, Accutane is a great thing. I was a little zit-faced motherfucker. But Accutane, I endorse it.
Wait, what else did this edgy morning show guy say? This guy's crazy. Don't get on his bad side.
Oh, no. He just called you a bunch of pussies over and over and over.
Oh, wow. See?
About how little money you make and how important
Very
how
little
it was
money.
to everybody.
If you only knew what kind of apartment I was looking at the other day. Yeah, you're
I'd
right,
like to
Todd.
know.
You're right, Todd. What can I tell you? This is banter from a guy that has no intelligence, so he's gonna bring it down to street level. Ooh, I'm scared. You have no idea who you're fucking with, Todd. And
Dude, don't tangle with that guy. He's got his own. He's an edgy morning guy.
Oof.
He's dangerous.
He also kept saying to Howard to please beg. He was begging Howard never to hire you because he was
blah blah blah.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
Blah. Thanks, Dave.
All right, man.
Bye,
Tell
sweetie.
Bubba that you called us and we got so scared.
I think we'll be here at XM longer than Bubba's going to be over there at Sirius.
Dude, that guy's dangerous. Don't fucking tangle with him, man. He says some edgy stuff. He's
Yeah, I know.
he's like, real stream of consciousness.
Watch it.
All right, we got to go right to Elo. We were going to do this after the break, but we got
Elo.
Hey, guys.
Elo,
Hi, Eric.
were you on hold during that conversation with Earl?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. You heard that.
Black Earl, my man.
Can we please have Ron and Fez's office set up so that they could do their work in there?
I hear an ugly rumor that boxes arrived yesterday.
Yeah, why didn't you tell us that?
Because I wanted it to be one of those surprises for you.
Because the bosses love hearing this yelling between the shows. Dissension.
It's that fodder that we like, and then all of a sudden the boxes show up, and you're like, the boxes show up. It's great.
See, if the captain of a ship has the crew going at each other, they have less time to go at the captain.
That's right.
You got to keep them at each other, or else, you get a mutiny.
This is Captain Klieg, and he wants Fred McMurray and Jose Ferrer arguing with each other.
Arguing.
As opposed
so
to
they
him.
don't notice that he's trying to keep count of how many strawberries are in a can.
Exactly.
That's right. Who's Gopher? Send Gopher in.
There are moving boxes all over the joint. Everyone's leaving except for us and Ron and Fez, right?
Yeah.
And we get the whole floor. Elo?
We're still working a few details.
Oh, my God. Why?
Help.
Oh, it's all, when you live in D.C., everything's political.
There is a certain someone that doesn't want to leave. For what reason?
I'm not sure, but I am investigating.
I hope he's going to be comfortable with the situation here.
Well, I'm sure that the environment will change slightly, and there might be a different point of view at that point in time.
Perhaps a wall can be built?
Look, I'm hearing rumors. I will talk for myself that there's someone that lives very close to this facility and doesn't want to walk a lousy 2 blocks to a brand-new state-of-the-art facility.
I don't know.
Because his commute would be a little longer.
And it's not about that. It's about I don't want to be told what to do because I know so-and-so. That's what it is.
But logically, it doesn't
Jimmy
make
Norton.
sense. We're doing our own thing here, and he does his thing, which is a lot different than ours. Are we going to still have to put the shades down when we're doing crazy stuff in here?
I think we're going to do what we do and just deal with it from there.
There's a story in the New York paper today. They're building this building, and some dude owns a tree.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want his tree cut down, so the construction company said, all right, fuck you, and built the entire house or building around this tree.
Yeah, I saw that. The wall itself is right where the tree was, so they actually had to make a break in the cinder blocks where they're building this wall and put the wall the tree right inside of a wall.
Wow.
And that's what they're doing.
Did you notice they didn't leave enough room for the tree to grow?
No, that thing is just going to come through the walls in a few years.
It's going to be a nightmare. But I guess we're going to have to do the same thing around here.
I think it's,
we're going to have to build around this certain person's space.
What kind of an asshole? Why don't they just chop the tree down and say, sue us, or here's your tree? Go report. Why would you fucking do that?
Then you got Greenpeace, and you got a lot of other things.
See, the sad part is we just want our own space. We would go to the brand new state-of-the-art facility. We don't give a shit. We just want our own space.
If everyone leaves it.
Well, that's what I mean. If we had our own area, we just want our own area without holdouts.
This place can be a paradise for this show. I have an image in my mind of that entire out there space set up where any other studio would look silly compared to it. But now there's going to be like an albatross, as they call it.
How many holdouts?
What's that?
1 or 2 holdouts.
1.5.
Oh, 1.5 holdouts.
One lousy guy doesn't want to leave.
But I think I was meeting this morning actually with Tony, and I think we've got a very interesting solution that will solve that. So
hopefully it involves fucking cement shoes and a trip to the Hudson River.
Oh man! All right, great. Anyway, Elo, Congratulations.
Did you get a piece of paper from me?
Yeah, congratulations. This is huge for XM.
Why don't you go ahead and read it? I don't even have it in front of me.
Oprah and Friends exclusive radio channel to launch on XM satellite radio.
How about
Oprah! We live in Oprah's world, and now she's part of XM. Jesus. New channel to feature diverse daily programming from popular Oprah personalities, as well as original weekly reality radio program with Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King.
Now, here's how smart XM satellite radio is. As far as our listeners go, a few of them, yes, but for the most part, let's be honest here, probably not as excited about this announcement as they would be maybe other announcements or something, but the variety that is XM.
Well, they're building
we're a media company. We're
Yeah.
not just a one-person company.
Yeah,
Right.
We're building an entertainment company.
That's right.
So the reason that Oprah is huge around the country and gets huge ratings, and the women love her, the Midwest housewives, that whole crowd, they love her, and these are the people now you bring on board. Hey, they got $12, right?
Absolutely. Well, I tell you, it's what's exciting about the channel is that, it's an extension of Oprah and a lot of her friends like Nate Berkus and Dr. Oz and Gayle King and Bob Green and Marianne Williamson. And, those are people who, if you're an Oprah fan, you know who all those people are. If you're not an Oprah fan, you'll probably discover them. And they're actually, they're very interesting and very compelling and have a lot to say. And it's going to be a great self-help channel.
How far away from 202 is it?
Far enough. How's that?
Don't want anyone tripping up.
Are we going to do any crossover shows together?
Yeah.
Doubtful.
No?
Doubtful.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Oprah, you see that bat in the case?
I see Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert do a little crossover at the end of The Daily Show for the Colbert Show, and I think us and Oprah would have that same rapport.
Hell, I'm just trying to get you guys dialed in with the damn Grammys, for God's sakes. Get that done first.
Oh, well, it would be nice if we had some audio of it at least. That would have been nice.
Yeah, well, you got Lee Abrams coming up, so that's a ratings getter.
Well, yeah, no kidding. What a great show we have today. Woohoo.
By the way, just so you know, the big boss called me about Lee's behavior at the party.
Yeah.
And the term lug, grabbing, hugging, and kissing was used several times
Yeah.
with several people.
What party?
It was the Clive Davis party.
Where was it held? In L.A.?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at L.A. It was Tuesday night.
Great party.
Yeah.
Was Lee in a pig mask?
No, it was just his normal face.
Sitting on the edge of a bed in a hotel room.
And he was just hugging people. Hey, there's a quote from Oprah Winfrey in this press release. We got to get Lee Abrams to talk about his behavior.
Yeah, so when he calls, I mean, who cares about the Grammys? Ask him about his behavior at the party and how you've heard from high executives higher than me.
There's a couple things that are very interesting in this press release before we let you go.
Sure, buddy.
A quote from Oprah Winfrey: "Together with my friends, we look forward to creating programming that will entertain, inform, and inspire our listening audience on XM." Is she going to talk about this on her show?
Absolutely, and I think that show will air Friday. I don't know the exact time, but I think the show's going to air on Friday.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Tomorrow.
I will confirm that with you guys. Confirm that with you guys today. But you can talk about tomorrow more. But I think the show's going to air tomorrow.
This is a huge announcement for XM. And then I noticed Hugh Pinero's quote. I want to get the press release when we got signed to XM, because I think his quote was a little different than what he's saying about Oprah.
Oh.
Anthony, would you like to read the Hugh Pinero quote?
Gee, let me see.
Right down here.
It's that paragraph?
Yeah.
The one that starts, Oprah Winfrey is a prolific force in our culture whose unprecedented achievements in television, film publishing, and philanthropy will bring an amazing radio experience to the XM nation of subscribers. We are proud to welcome Oprah and her talented team to the XM family, said Hugh Pinero, President and Chief Executive Officer, XM Satellite Radio. Oprah and Friends is a testament to XM's unwavering commitment to provide our diverse subscriber base with the kind of smart, high-quality programming that makes a difference in their lives.
Actually, guys, I mean, that's fairly close to yours.
You could pretty much just take out Oprah Winfrey and put in Opie and Anthony.
I think it was your quote, actually.
Oh, no, we got the press release from when we were hired.
All right, let's compare, Opie.
A little different. XM has been called the HBO of satellite radio, and like unlike HBO, we can provide O&A fans with a unique way to enjoy their edgy humor, said Hugh Pinero.
That's it?
President and CEO of XM Satellite Radio. The O&A show is the latest example of the incredible range of programming available on XM.
What happened to amazing radio experience?
The safest statement ever.
Subscriber base with smart, high quality. I mean, Jimmy, that sounds the same to me.
Yeah, what about making a difference in their lives? He might as well come out and say, well, you'll enjoy Opie and Anthony if you enjoy eating dog shit sandwiches.
What about our achievements in philanthropy? We had a woman naked crawling on the floor for $2,000 in a big mess of mousetraps.
Well, no, I think the homeless shopping spree was a
very philanthropic
endeavor.
Yes.
And we raised about $100,000 for the victims of Hurricane Katrina.
We are proud to welcome Opie and Anthony and their talented team to the XM family.
No, he didn't say that.
A new press release come out, and then we have a new quote come in, and that should really be the quote you should focus on. We'll have a new one.
A new one.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. All right, congratulations. It's a big day down there in D.C.
It's a big day for all of our subscribers, and I think everybody's going to be everybody should be really excited. And it's again, it's part of why we're the leader in the space and doing what we do. So.
And Elo worked on this one very, very hard. So.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations to you,
Thank
my
you, buddy.
friend. All right.
All right, guys, and good luck with Lee.
Bye, Eric.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do we really have to have
Jimmy,
him
by the way,
Yes,
don't let
sir.
Opie hang up on me, but I have the number for your car, so call me when you get done.
Okay, thanks,
Oh!
man. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
What do you, Kenny?
I don't know yet. I'm going to call somebody from GM. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Something
debating
big?
that, though.
Something big? Gas guzzler?
Hopefully.
Yeah, keep the economy going.
Okay, here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Grammy talk when we get back. And we'll say hi to Judah. And we got Laura Korn outside to talk about sex.
Laura Korn's back.
You want to talk about sex today, Judah?
Yeah, that could happen. Sure.
That could happen?
That could happen.
Yeah.
Could happen.
Where do you get glasses like that, man?
I got these from a dude in L.A.
Yeah.
Freddie Laker.
Yeah.
Remember Freddie
I
Laker?
got this from this. These I got. It's from one of two guys. There's this one guy who does glasses for movies. He's one of the top glasses guys. Like all the glasses in Boogie Nights, he provided them.
Ooh, those
and
look
he's
good.
got like he's got a store, and then he's got a house. And it's but he uses it like a warehouse. It's literally floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
It's just glasses all over the place, and you can just rummage through them. It's really cool.
And you chose those.
Yeah, that's what I came up with.
Do you know what a nut you just sounded like, too? This glasses guy does glasses. It's like the fucking rantings of a lunatic.
Glasses. Lots of glasses.
That's probably a good way to summarize myself.
I was looking at glasses, kill a child. I bought some glasses. And
No, I'd say he's probably got like 100,000 glasses in there.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right, we're going to back up a little bit. We're going to play the Black Earl song as we go to break.
Yes.
And then we'll reorganize here.
Right.
Check out this song from Brother Joe, right?
Yes, Brother Joe did this one.
I was born and raised in New York City, in a housing project way up in the hood. I dressed in dark clothing, so folks started calling me Black Earl. Oh, and they used to laugh about it, cause deep down they knew they called me that, cause I was as black as soot. I've always been a lazy man, a couch potato with a clicker in my hand. See, motivation I never had, hid in the shadows when the boss got mad. For 20 years I never got a raise. I'm 33 and I never been late. I look busy but I'm not, I'm just walking around. I pick up some papers and I put them back down. One day I'm gonna stop paying my rent, live in a refrigerator box, never get out of bed. I'm Black Earl, a genuine lazy bum. I'll always make it through hard times at any W. Then one day some lame brains came and took O&A away. And at the age of 33, I felt like I was carrying the weight of the whole station on my shoulders. And Ron and Fezzi knew what I was going through. Every morning I'd unlock the door, lay down and I'd sleep a little more. Then I put away the bathroom key. Everybody was depending on me. I eat a chicken wing with lemonade. Lord, give me strength to make another day. Times I felt I couldn't go on. Push a button, throw a switch, answer the phone. Got lost in the van, I did my PSAs. 10 minutes work, gonna take me all day. I'm Black Earl, a a genuine lazy bum. I'll always make it through hard times at any W. I could hear Stotso say, black girl, you're a genuine lazy bum. You'll always make it through hard times at any W. Ken and Jeremy say, black girl, you're a genuine lazy bum. You'll always make it through.
Cash up, niggas. All my niggas in the P now, right now. Bubby, Hoggy, Bubby, Shoot. We doing it out here, niggas. We about to take all the millions. You hear me?
All I got to say to XM satellite is
suck my dick, cause they ain't give me no money.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
XM Radio, cash up, all day, everything.
Get that bitch, nigga. Stop pushing me. Fuck you, bitch.
It's a crazy day in the Opie and Anthony program. We got Judah in studio. What's up? He's blowing up as we speak. You're all over the place.
Yeah, man.
And then he's going to be part of that Date movie that's coming out in about a week. That looks really good. The previews look really funny.
Yeah, next Friday. So it was fun to do. Hopefully it'll be funny. I think it will.
It's kind of like the scary movies and stuff where they just mock all the romantic films.
Yeah, they spoof like they spoof like every movie. Meet the Parents, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, every Julia Roberts film ever made. And yeah, it was fun. It was got to work with Allison Hannigan and Fred Willard. He was really cool.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Coolidge, Eddie Griffin, and tons of hot chicks. I got to make out with a hot chick in the movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah? So that was cool.
Which one?
Yeah. Sophie Monk. She's really hot. She was like an Australian pop star, and like she just moved here. I think it's
what an introduction to America.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Let Judith foul you.
I showed her the deal. Yeah, in the movie I play the disgusting boyfriend character. It's Eddie Griffin plays Allison Hannigan's dad.
Yeah.
And
you mean out with her?
Geez. Yeah, dude. Yeah, hopefully it'll make it in the movie. We'll see, because the movie's it's just gag after gag, and you know you never know what makes it in. But they did a gag where I'm like making out with her.
Yeah.
And then I dump her.
I think it's going to make the movie.
I'm just not into blondes.
Because that just seems very, very creepy. All right, stay right there, because it's a crazy morning, and one of our pals is checking in. We're trying to get some advice from Sean Hannity. Sean!
Hey, good morning, guys.
How are you, buddy?
Got in at 3 in the morning, tired.
Well, we got Judah. He's a comic. He's in studio, and he's like, you guys know Sean Hannity? I'm like, yeah, even though we don't agree on a lot of things.
I'm like,
it kind of works.
Hey, why do we have to explain this whole thing every time we come on?
Because I want to make it perfectly clear I don't agree with you.
I want to make it perfectly clear I hate that idiot Hannity. And
No!
And by the way, and then I have to explain away, you may think that's hard, I got to explain away St. Patrick's, okay?
Yeah, you know what I like about you? You've always been fair as far as as us.
When I interviewed Bob Grant, remember last time I was on the program, I told him you guys were fans. He was, first of all, he had known it, but he was really floored that you guys had sent a thumbs up, a hello, and a congratulations to him. He was really kind of touched by it.
Only the best for that guy.
Yeah, John Minnelli introduced us to Bob Grant. It was a very great, it was a good day at WNEW when he came walking through. So.
Anthony does a pretty good Bob.
I love Bob Grant. Get off my phone, Svachim.
Hey, listen, pal. Listen.
Pal.
And
you woke up, you got home at 3 in the morning?
Yeah, I was in Tampa last night. I had a thing to do with the Cox Radio Group, so I did that. Then I did Hannity and Combs, and then we got on a plane and flew home. So
we were just laughing about you, Judah and I, because he's like, this guy's an animal. He does a radio show. He
got like 7 shows.
TV.
Living in Long Island, commuting. I'm like, he's awake? I'm like, how does he do it?
I don't know how you do it.
And listen, they've got me on the air at 7 in the morning. When you guys start, I've been on with you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a really slow news day. They call him Hannity at 7 a.m.
And you got kids and everything, right, Sean?
Yeah, I got 2 kids. I got a studio out here on Long Island, though, and so it makes my life really easy.
Wow. Oh, so you're not commuting anymore?
No, I do commute. I have to go do Hannity and Combs in the city, but we.
Oh, that's right, duh. But the commute will kill you. I mean, I would love to get out to Long Island more often, but I can't. That commute is brutal.
No, you know what? You've just got to go in off hours, and if you do it that way, it's not bad. If you go in the middle of rush hour, you're out of your mind.
I'm in about 25 minutes at 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning.
I'd ask where you live. Yeah, but you live in Long Island.
I'm in North Shore, Nassau County.
Yeah, I'm in the North Shore, just on the Suffolk border there.
Hey, we'll get together. You come over my house, I come over your house.
Hey, listen, I think I'd have more fun over at your house. I don't know why. I think things are probably a little livelier than changing diapers and having fun.
Same thing goes on in my house, and I'm not even married with kids.
Mine, too, because I live with my parents.
Hey, by the way, do you see your producer? What's his screen name here? Sex Bagel?
Yeah, that's E-Rock.
You got to change that, Eric.
Yeah, it's not that. Isn't it not professional for a producer to be sending out that email address?
It's funny because I figured it was one of those things. Hi, my name is Sally, and I live in your town. And I wasn't going to hit it, and I just accidentally hit it, and then it's Eric, and I'm like, Eric.
I love how Sean has to be very careful. I accidentally hit it. He doesn't want to.
My mouse just clicked on it.
Oops. Yeah, get out of here.
Accidentally.
He's got a screen name that should be part of that Dateline special on the Predators.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Anyway, but Judah thinks you're an animal, and you make us all look bad because I'm like, you know, right, Judah, you're right. I have a 12-block commute, and I bitch every day to do a 5-hour radio show.
Man, that's pretty cold.
And you got a radio show, a TV show, a family, a commute. You're flying to gigs all over the country.
Going to Tampa to meetings with the brass.
Back and
then
forth
he comes
to Tampa.
Back. Yeah.
Well, look, we do the Hanatization of America tour. We'll have to make it the Hanatization of Vo and 8 tour.
Yeah.
But listen, Anthony's already here. Opie, you're the one we've got to work on.
I agree with a lot of what Sean says. There are a few things I don't agree on, but I think politically we're pretty close.
We're pretty in sync.
Yeah.
Look, you probably would be happy to hear. I'm giving up my Republican registration. I'm re-registering as a conservative. I've never really considered myself a Republican, but sort of like a Reagan conservative.
Right.
I believe in a strong, kick-ass national defense. I want to track down these people that want to knock down towers in America and blow up American cities and get nuclear bombs and bring them over these cities.
Yep.
I love the music, guys. And I believe cutting taxes, and because I think Opie and Anthony pay way too much every year in taxes. You ought to be able to keep more of your money. Very simple.
I like the way you think. See, who has a problem with that?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a liberal, you still have to wake up in the morning and hit yourself in the head and say, you know what, I don't pay enough in taxes.
See, I don't have a problem with that. Now, obviously, if you're switching from Republican, now that kind of sounds like what the Republicans want the perception of them to be. But
it is, but you know what? Like a lot of people that get in power, they get a little bit arrogant. They become a lot like Democrats. I'll tell you what did it for me. When they had that transportation bill in Washington, and they snuck in 6,000 separate pork barrel spending projects to the tune of $25 extra billion, I said, you know what? You're acting like little Democrats.
Yeah.
And I had been registered a conservative for a long time, and I just had to re-register in New York. I had wanted to vote in the primary, so that's why I had switched over for a day or two.
Isn't that great how they do that? And it's just, and no one really gets what that's all about. They come out with a bill, and it sounds like something that would be very good for the country. And they load it with these little, like you said, pork barrel agendas, and the bill doesn't pass. And then when election time rolls around, they go, Mr. Smith didn't sign a bill on education.
You know, it's the one time you get Democrats and Republicans to work together because they all pat each other on the back and they say, okay, if you support my $10 billion of taxpayer waste, I'll support your $10 of taxpayer waste. And it's like this scheme that these guys have devised. So what they do is then they go back to their districts and they tell their constituents, oh, I got money for a bridge, I got money to rebuild a school, I got money for a basketball court, I got money for a tennis court, I got money for a spa for Opie and Anthony. And then, you know what, they say, oh, great, now everybody wants to vote them back into office.
Yeah.
And it happens, you know, every 2 years they start doing this because they view that as the mechanism by which they get to stay in power.
Yeah.
And the whole system is corrupt. I don't want that for my government. Frankly, you know what, there's a libertarian side of me I am a moral conservative also, but there's a libertarian side. I want less government in my life. I want less government restriction. Just give me a kick-ass Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, and we're all set.
Don't we want to just know that we're protected and want to be able to achieve to the best of our ability? We want to be able to keep as much of what we make as we can and still support the country and the government, but not have all your tax money getting wasted. I love when it says, "Oh, we need to tax the rich," and then you look, and the rich now is what, $100,000 a year and more. That's surviving.
The top 10%, Anthony, pays 70% of the federal tax bill.
Yeah.
You know, Reagan did something pretty amazing, and John Kennedy had done the same thing. When Reagan came in office, he dropped the top marginal tax rates from 90 to 28%. And all the liberals at the time said Reagan was going to lead us into the next depression, that it's not economically feasible. And what happened is, and remember, he was building up the military at the same time. He was pursuing strategic defense. He was confronting the Soviets at the time. But he cut those taxes, and in 8 years, revenues didn't go down, but the people who got the money back started spending it, and as a result, it kick-started the economy that was in a malaise, and revenues went up from over $500 billion to over $1 trillion. They doubled in 8 years. And, you know, if you believe in free market capitalism, you want the rich people in this country, the ones that have the wealth. I never got a job from a poor guy. You want these guys to spend money. You want them to create jobs because that creates opportunities for all the rest of us.
Yeah. Now that makes sense.
Rich, so I read.
Absolutely.
We do all right. We got you on the phone today, Sean. We want your take on Club Soda Kenny. Did you read the article yet?
Yeah, I've been reading the article. I have one question that's not answered in the article, though.
Okay.
I don't really care what he was joking about. That's not really relevant to the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Was he aware of any rules in place? Did he agree to any rules when he signed up in this public service position that he wouldn't do stuff like this when he became a cop?
Don't know, to be honest with you.
Yeah. We really don't know.
Because if he said, for example, sometimes in public service jobs they say, okay, you can do the job, but there's a set of rules and standards that apply to you as a cop because of what you do. Like a cop is sort of on duty 24 hours. And if he had signed an agreement that he wouldn't do something like that, that would be the only thing I'd say, well, he agreed to that. Otherwise, what he does in his off time, I see, is his off time.
Yeah.
How much of a freedom of speech issue is it? Like, especially since he wasn't being paid for it, and it was in a place where there was all adults, and it wasn't anything obscene as far as behavior is concerned. It was just stand-up.
You know, look, you run into a problem when you do really over-the-line stand-up and you also have a public service job, because there's always going to be somebody that's not going to like what you say, is going to be offended by it, and you guys know better than anybody else, you know, the reaction that you're going to get out of some people. You know, my attitude would be he's got an alter ego here. He's got another identity in this position. It's humor. Whether you like it or dislike it, there's nothing true about what he's saying. He's just joking around. It may not be the topics people like. Apparently, it was pretty risque.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. But it was in a comedy club, you know.
It was in context. It wasn't like he was on a street corner yelling it like a madman. You know, he's in a comedy club where people go in and expect to hear this kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, was it the type of comedy club where you'd expect it to be over the top?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a cringe humor show. It was called Cringe Humor. And it was also, he didn't identify himself as a cop. He doesn't even use the same name, his real name.
I think Sean brought up a good point, too. It's not, sometimes it isn't even about the free speech issue and what it technically, on paper, if it was a math problem, should work out to be. It's like, this is just the way it is because this is the society we live in today. People get offended. People can lose their jobs over it. And maybe they shouldn't, but that just happens these days.
You know, look, you guys know from all your years on the radio and for most days that you were on terrestrial radio, you guys went into work not knowing if you'd have a job by the end of the day.
Yeah.
You knew what you were doing. You lived on the edge. It's what has brought you to the dance. It made you popular, and that's what got you your big contract, and that's what gets so many people that tune into you every day. When you bring up topics anytime, and I don't care what the scenario is, if you start talking about rape, pedophilia, and bestiality, as apparently this guy was talking about in this comedy club, you're going to get people to notice you.
Yeah.
And there are going to be people right off the top, naturally, I think, offended. Now, I believe in free speech. I make my living with the First Amendment. He has the right to do it, but if he has another job where he's working in public service somewhere, he's probably going to raise eyebrows and draw attention to himself and risk getting in trouble.
Right. What was the quote from that lady, Jimmy, again?
This is. Do you have the article? It was about.
This infuriated us. It's at the top of the page there.
It was.
Listen to this, Sean.
It was a woman who's. Here's this. However, Alana Gobel, assistant director of the New Jersey Coalition Against Sexual Assault, said police departments should not tolerate officers who joke about rape, regardless of their right to speak freely. And it's regardless of their right to speak freely, which really annoys me, because that is the argument in there that every special interest group uses to justify they're trying to restrict other people saying what they want to say.
But you know something? Think back, Opie and Anthony, when you guys signed contracts with terrestrial radio stations.
Right.
You know, they have a whole bunch of moral clauses in there. You know, if you bring any disrepute to the station, if it doesn't meet societal standards, you know, regardless of whatever the standards were, with the FCC, I mean, basically they would write in these riders that would allow them to find some sneaky way to fire you if they
Yeah, we understand all. Yeah, we understand all that. We have a problem with this lady that's talking about freedom of speech, though. The First Amendment.
How did she even find out about it?
Someone probably sent it to her. It's probably someone gunning for him that sent it to her.
Well, apparently he has a DVD that he sent out, or a...
No, he didn't. Somebody else took it off the website and sent it. He didn't.
You know what he said? Because she says he's joking about rape. What did he say? Because he's sort of like Andrew Dice Clay, this guy?
Yeah, it was just a rape joke, but it was a joke. It wasn't talking about a real thing. It was jokes.
Yeah. Don't get us so wrong. It is some heinous material. I mean, but you know, if he was doing something, where's the line there? If he was doing something that was slightly risque, would they have come down on him a little bit? If he was doing a completely clean act, would they have ignored it? I mean, then it is just what is coming out of his mouth, not the fact that he's doing stand-up on his off time.
It's not like he's in a cop uniform on the corner. Doing jokes with his own little mic on the corner.
If he signs some additional moral clause, or if there's a moral clause in his contract because he's a public service officer, he's probably in real trouble.
But how come the courts have sided with cops? What did they do about I think it was the fireman of the cops that Giuliani fired for blackface? There was a case in Baltimore in '85 of a guy who was in blackface.
The Baltimore case, that even though it sparked outrage, the Court of Appeals there ruled that they couldn't punish him for performing that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a. How about
New York? We had a different result, didn't we?
Yeah. What finally happened with that? Didn't they get reinstated after Giuliani had them fired?
I'm not sure if they got reinstated. I'll Google it later.
Yeah, I got to look at that.
Okay.
Look at Hannity's going to do some research for us in his off time.
You know what? It may be a really good question, and maybe we need to do a Hannity and Combs on this, and maybe we can bring O&A and this guy on, and then maybe see if the police department would respond to it.
The bottom line is, it's like doing stand-up comedy in an adult situation where it's called a cringe humor show, and doing stand-up comedy. I mean, moral clauses can go so far, but I don't think they can infringe on your right to do that.
He can do whatever he wants, and he can keep doing it, but if he signed an agreement with the police department prior to that, he's not going to have a lot of legal ground to stand on if he wants to go back and get his job.
That is sort of a tricky.
You know, the other thing he could have done is, you can make your... remember, a cop is a cop 24 hours a day. Most cops carry weapons 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to conduct himself off the job a lot differently than, say, Opie and Anthony do.
Right.
Because we know what they did the whole time they were in Vegas, which was really totally and completely out of control. At least according to me listening to your show.
A lot of lattes and a lot of lost money. These two are sissies. They're just nice, faithful guys.
Sissy Marys.
Yeah, we were pretty boring in Vegas, actually.
I just want to know what happened in those missing hours of Anthony.
Yeah, I don't know. They're called blackouts. They're called that for a reason.
But you know what? I think it's an interesting topic. It's a free speech topic. It's is there another standard for a cop? I think it's a pretty interesting issue. It's going to be. I want to hear what happens on the other side and whether or not they say, "Hey, wait a minute, this guy agreed when he became a cop to conduct himself this way."
They're trying to take his pension.
And
you think a guy should lose 22?
Well, I think they should just let him retire. If the cops' union is worth anything, they'll get him get him his pension, and he could just move on and hit the comedy circuit, I guess, if he wants.
Yeah. Well, the story has legs. Everyone's going to find out what happens on this one. They're already talking about it on other radio.
And he wasn't moonlighting, by the way. He wasn't moonlighting. He wasn't making money from it, so that they can't get him there.
I'll tell you why he's not going to be a sympathetic figure. Because anybody that jokes about rape or pedophilia is not going to be liked.
Yeah, you're right, but you know what? It shouldn't. Even though I know you're right, that shouldn't come into play. Because again, as an actor, you can play any role you want. I don't remember anybody vilifying Pacino for picking up a machine gun and murdering people in Scarface.
I know, but people will look at it this way: off-duty cop joking about pedophilia and rape. And now, look, I haven't heard it, so I can't judge it, and I think I want to hear it before I come to a conclusion on it. But off the top of my head, what's funny about rape and pedophilia?
Doesn't matter. True, but should the content of a stand-up act have a different set of standards than...
My answer is yeah. I absolutely believe, look, I think Opie and Anthony should be able to say basically whatever they want on terrestrial radio.
So you
never mind
right.
satellite, with the exception of, all right, maybe you don't say the F word or maybe you don't say, a couple of words. I think for the most part, you guys ought to be able to say what you're saying on XM pretty much on terrestrial radio. Now, a lot of my conservative friends don't agree with that.
Right.
But I ultimately believe if they can silence you because they find your speech offensive, then there's going to be a lot of people out there that don't like the fact that Sean Hannity's a conservative,
right.
and Sean Hannity, speaks out in favor of candidates during election cycles.
Hey, Sean, this is nothing that isn't already happening.
Oh, it's happening.
I mean, you got a target on you.
I got a big bullseye on my back.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Do you know with McCain-Feingold, most people don't know this, McCain-Feingold literally prohibits American citizens from uniting together and creating ads 60 days outside of an election for a primary or 30 days outside a general election. Let's say you get Opie and Anthony and friends, and they want to run an ad against John Kerry in an election. You cannot now legally do it because the government said, nope, we're not going to let you. Because that's a donation, and that would impact the election. So, in other words, a group of American citizens, we're supposed to have free speech. You want to speak out with your friends against a particular political candidate. Legally, now you're prohibited from doing it. The next step is they're going to look at, for example, conservatives like Sean Hannity or Rush Limbaugh or local conservative hosts, and they're going to want to silence them next.
Well, is that a response to the move-on shenanigans of the last election?
I think it's a response to the fact they think we're effective, and that bothers them. And most politicians desperately want their power, and that's why they'll spend your money to sort of buy your vote, because that's what it is. If they build you a bridge that you really want and they bring bacon home to your district,
you're going to vote
sort
for
of buying your vote.
Right.
They say, all right, well, he's giving me what I want, I'll give him what he wants.
Wow, we just want to be able to run ads against Howard Stern, that's all.
Is that
still legal? I don't know.
You guys still fighting, you and Stern?
Holy shit.
There's always stuff
really
going
good.
on.
It makes it fun every day, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to go down that road.
Carve out our little niche.
There's a lot of resentment there.
Yeah, just a
Well,
tad.
he had a gag order put on us, and he's and then on his own show, he's yelling and screaming about freedom of speech, and I should be able to say whatever I want. I'm like, oh, my, really? Behind the scenes, you just shut us up, and we had no choice.
You know what I never understood? And this was probably good for me, cause even though we really weren't competitors in New York,
yeah,
you guys did siphon away 25% of all young men, which were unavailable for anyone else. So I guess that's competition.
Sean, we kicked your ass in the younger demos, you know that.
I think Sean did just fine for himself, though.
I had all the old people.
You had the old people, we had the young people, and then the people in between were up for grabs.
They were up for grabs a little bit.
You've done just fine since we messed up our careers.
You know what? I would like.
I watch those numbers. You don't think I get frustrated?
Don't come back.
I watch those numbers. You don't think I get frustrated? I look at the Arbitron ratings every quarter, and I go, look where Sean is. We would have been right above him. Actually, at the end, though, we really were fighting it out.
It was.
We would win, and you would win. It was just going back and forth. But now no one's challenging you, and we've had some interesting calls lately. I think we might have to give you a run for your money again, Sean.
Listen, you know what? You're
beg us to stay on satellite.
You're an ass.
I lost you there. You there?
Yeah.
Just remember, you don't want to get up in the afternoon. Morning is you want to see the sunrise.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah, who needs this getting up at 5 every morning?
What do you think of this new FM talker in town? You like it?
It's horrendous.
I haven't listened to it.
Well, you know something? I love how Infinity decided to go with an FM talker after losing two of their most high-profile talk shows, Howard and O&A.
Could you imagine if they would have put, literally, you guys on in the afternoon and Howard on in the morning? What a force that would have been.
K-Rock in New York would have been a powerhouse. For some reason, Howard didn't want that happening. And
Howard's ego got in the way. That's exactly what the company... Huh?
How do you know it was him?
We had meetings about this, Sean. They put us on the same stations as Howard in other markets because it wasn't in Howard's backyard. But when it came, they wanted to just throw us together, and Howard said absolutely not. His ego got in the way.
Did not want us.
That's exactly what they wanted. They didn't want to. They didn't want to start a young talk station at WNEW without Howard being the morning show. Everyone knew that was ridiculous, but they said we have no choice. We'll still try it this way.
You know how many rumors there are that one day XM and Sirius are going to unite?
Yeah, but the government regulations won't allow it right now, at least.
You don't think?
No, there has to be two satellite companies in order to keep them from being a monopoly.
Yeah, I think someone's going to have to buy Sirius and try to figure out that mess. And that is a mess over there.
Yeah, well... Anyway, you guys are doing pretty well, so I wouldn't complain. What did you get, your 7th million or 8th millionth sign-up? I mean, that's...
We're over 6 now, over 6 mil.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
When we started only 16 months ago, XM had like 2, a little over 2 million.
Look, I have it in my car, so that's how I knew you were in Vegas, and that's how I knew you had Danny Bonaducci on, and you didn't invite me on anymore.
We love you, Sean. Sean's on XM.
Got an open invite, man.
Yeah, Sean's on XM 124. This story has legs with Club Soda Kenny. A couple things.
Look, you guys, you work and following up on the story. If you think it's got some legs and you want to do maybe a TV segment on it, let me know.
All right, thank you, Sean.
All right, guys.
Sean Hannity, XM 124, 3 to 6 on the East Coast.
Bye.
All right, there you go, Sean Hannity.
Sean's got 8 hours. Sean's got a new boss now? Is that what the deal is when the Disney deal goes through?
We should talked about.
We should fill him in on Fareed, his new boss.
His new boss. All right.
Citadel bought up ABC Radio.
Yeah. So. We just jumped into that story for the listeners that weren't listening in the beginning. We spent the first hour talking about Club Soda Kenny today, so you might want to listen to the replay. And the story that we were talking about with Sean Hannity, if you Google our names today, Opie and Anthony, and hit news, you'll have the Club Soda Kenny story from the New Jersey Ledger, okay? Mm-hmm. Just to fill in the gaps there. More with you, bro.
Cool, man. Sounds good.
Just one of these crazy days. And we got to get Laura Korn into the mix, okay?
Yes, we haven't talked to her in a
sexy
long time.
girl.
I'll say.
She's one of these women that just a sexpert. And she knows these things to do to keep relationships, keep that spark in there.
That's right. And she'll give us a few
And not like Jimmy, which is just, flip him over, the old fistful of lard.
Put on a
Caligula.
Yeah, put on a ring in the name of the Senate, the people of Rome.
Oh, whammo.
Have you been on the show with Laura Korn in the past?
No.
Oh, we're going to have some fun.
She's a nice hiney.
I can't wait to tell her what you're up to.
Oh, Ope.
I can't wait. And she's very open-minded. We'll see how open-minded she is.
Yeah.
We'll do that next.
It's the worst of the Opie and Anthony FU line.
Fuck everyone.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I just want to leave a fuck you to my girlfriend. I just leave FU about truckers, which I thought was very good, and she said it was only all right. It wasn't spectacular, but it was definitely better than all right, because truckers do suck. So now my girlfriend and truckers, fuck you. I just wanted to say fuck you to me. I got a big fuck you out for that motherfucking big-nosed motherfucker Howard the asshole Stern. Son of a bitch stole the O&A bit on the dang Pat O'Brien sex tapes mixing in fucking music. What a fucking dumb-ass bit-stealing motherfucker. Can't even get original on his own goddamn show. Fuck you, Stern the dick-wide asshole.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line at 866-FU line 1. That's 866-FU line 1.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck him.
What a day, what a day, what a day. XM makes their huge announcement today. Oprah is aboard. Oprah is aboard. Oprah and friends have joined XM Satellite Radio. That's huge for the company.
Very huge.
As they continue to build a media company.
That's 223 in pre-market? Wow.
The stock is moving on the announcement.
In a good way?
It's up like $2.
$2.23 in pre-market trading.
That's good, because when I heard about this earlier in the week, I bought a bunch of it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, my God.
I own no XM stock, actually. If I had any brains, I would have, but I'm just a
No, man, it's too scary.
No, I won't even touch it.
Really?
Like, I have an E-Trade account. So every so often I hear like a jibber jabber. Nothing about XM. I'm not talking insider shit. I'm just talking, I'll buy some American Airlines or something. And I'll buy that and wait for it to go up a little, and then I'll off it. Nothing I hold on to long term with the E-Trade account. That's like just kind of like a gambling account for me. We hear things, and that's why I will never buy XM stock and trade it, because it's just going to get you in trouble.
It's too scary.
It's too scary. It's too risky. You got to inform people, I guess. If we wanted to buy stock, we would have to talk to people and say, our intentions are to buy so many shares, blah, blah, blah. You can't just get on E-Trade and go, hey, I heard Oprah's signing on. Let me buy a few thousand shares. Hey, all right, it's been announced. Hey, look, it's up $2. Sell, sell, sell. And then you walk away and go, what? What'd I do? Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
red
that'd be
flag.
Wrong?
Also, that'd be wrong. Ask Martha Stewart. She'll tell you.
I talked to a bunch of my friends and sold them the information.
all of a sudden, the bat phone is going off in Spitzer's office.
That's it. And you will be fucked.
Yeah, let's get Laura Corn in here. She's pacing. And we got Judah in studio as well. Do you own any stock there, Judah?
No, I'm pretty dumb, so I just
You're one of,
yeah. I don't know anything about stocks. I'm like up $2. I don't.
I'm up like $2.
No, but when you say up $2, I don't even know what that means. I guess that means it's good. But,
per share. Yeah.
No one knows about the stock market.
Yeah.
Even the experts don't know about the stock market.
I just try to hold on to my money.
Hello, how have you been?
It's just another way to gamble with your money. Laura Corn, everyone, in studio.
It's so cool to see you guys.
It's been a while, huh?
Oh, my God. The Oprah thing is huge.
Yes. It's very excited.
Oh, my God.
They're going to love it, the women.
Have we met before? I met you, right?
Yeah, at WNEW.
I thought
you did.
It's been a long time. But you weren't at Worcester where we started.
No.
Oh, my God.
Your audience doesn't know this. I used to drive forever to get out to WAAF.
AF.
Yeah.
In Worcester, Massachusetts.
I would laugh so hard that I would fall out of my chair. Do you remember that? Didn't you used to play my laugh?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
we did.
Did you? I mean, I know it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. And the
it's
people would scream.
Yeah.
They'd go, stop it with her laugh.
Wait for the first laugh, ladies and gentlemen.
But that just was just some great times.
So you've been watching our career.
I have. And you know what, though? Who made phone calls for you? You don't even remember this, do you?
No, I don't.
You don't remember when I used to leave your station, and this is when I was doing 1,000. I mean, I did 1,000 radio shows.
Right.
I'd pick up the phone and start calling management and talk about these guys in Worcester, Mass. I mean,
Are you trying to take credit for our huge success?
Yes.
Are you insane?
Just a little bit.
Are you
but I mean, I spotted you guys a long time ago, man, and
she was with us from the beginning. I got to give her credit, man.
That's right.
Now we're being heard in 2 countries right now.
Are you really?
Yeah, we're in Canada, too.
Not counting the Internet.
Yes. Not counting the Internet.
Which is, a bunch of countries.
Right.
Yeah, it's something about coming in here after listening to Sean Hannity and wanting to talk about, popping her clutch. And
we're actually very popular
and the three-eyed turtle position. I'm just like, wait a minute.
That's the beauty of the show. We go from politics to sex. Cool. And we got Judah. You didn't even say hi to Judah.
Yeah, we did.
Very famous comedian.
Yeah. I asked him if he knew my ex-husband, Barry Martyr, who's Seinfeld's best friend.
Yeah, I don't know Barry. Do you know Barry Norton?
No.
Yeah. Oh, you don't? Yeah.
Ex-husband?
Yeah, Barry Martyr.
L.A.
Yeah, they just wrote a movie together.
Are you still friends with him?
Yeah.
Really? Friends with an ex?
Well, he's the reason why I got into this business.
Oh.
Why? You wanted to fix things?
Oh, gosh.
Is he an awful bang? He's a good writer, but he stinks under the sheets.
You helped him? Right.
Well, in all honesty, he couldn't get me off, but I knew how to get myself off, but
of course.
I failed to tell him how to do it. So whose fault? Who was the idiot? It was me.
What do you think was wrong? Do you think when he was going down on you, he was thinking, what would Jerry do?
And there's the laugh.
You know what?
You ever notice?
That's just funny.
Who are these?
Well, he probably is pretty good in bed, but I didn't tell him how to get myself off.
Very diplomatic.
By the way, a lot of women don't tell.
Laura's about
guys.
being open and honest, and if something feels good, you should tell the person, and that way they'll do it.
Absolutely.
Show them the right way to get around those little areas.
So how are you guys doing in the love department?
We're doing just fine.
Come on. What's going on? Are you get good sex? You got a nice squeeze? What's going on?
Of course.
Come on. Give me some scoop.
Well, I turned gay over the past couple of years. It's been a big change of lifestyle.
Yeah.
I sit on a little tire tube now. I'm a bottom.
You like it on the bottom. That's so funny. And
we're doing just fine.
When I saw you last, you were with. You're not with the same chicks, are you?
I'm with the same girl.
Oh.
Yeah, same
really?
girl. And
but not the girl that you were with for years and years.
No, not my ex-wife.
Oh, that's right.
He'll talk about his ex-wife.
It's been a long time.
Don't even bring up the ex.
Leave.
But didn't she have my book? Didn't she? Didn't one of the girls have your book?
Yeah, the ex.
Yeah, I think the ex hit him over the head.
Yeah, she hit me over the head with it.
It took half his money
and then used it as a coaster for a Jack Daniels and Coke.
Right. Yeah, thanks, Laura.
Well, it is a pretty big book.
Yeah.
I'm still talking about this book, 101 Nights of Great Sex.
That was the one where
you know what?
It was that book you got her. It was the one where you peel out the pages.
I just happen to have one with me.
And it gave her good training for the photo album. Because she did the same thing with that. Threw every page in the fireplace.
Well, I got to tell you, the book is a publishing phenomenon.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It still is. I have the 2006 edition. Because basically, chicks dig it. I mean, I just keep getting more ideas, more sex tricks, and putting them in the book. But 101 Nights of Great Sex is what they call a publishing phenomenon.
I know a good sex trick, by the way. I know a sex trick.
Millions of books sold.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
This is a sex trick. What I do is, while she's not looking, I slip something into her beverage, and when she passes out face first in the pillow, I stick it in, and when she wakes up, I go, ta-da!
It's a magician.
I thought, well, what should I... There you go. Oh, what is that? No, the book is really unusual for your audience. They've never heard of the book. But
are any of the books on
the pages
audio?
are sealed. The book.
Are any of them audio books?
Yeah.
Because I can't read.
No, the pages are sealed. There are 101 secret sealed envelopes.
Are there horny pictures in there or anything?
Actually, no.
Okay.
No pictures.
See, what you do is...
Yeah.
See the pages are sealed there, Jimmy?
Yeah. How do you... They will be after I'm done reading it. LOL.
Reseal it up.
And the concept is there's 50 sealed envelopes for his eyes only and 50 for her eyes only.
Yeah.
And one for the aunt.
Can I tell you
missions.
something? I'd probably be naughty and peek at the ones I shouldn't.
Yes.
And the concept is not a book you read, which you guys would probably like that.
Yeah.
It's a book you do.
Yeah.
And chicks just really dig it because once you rip out a sealed envelope, and each sealed envelope has a title. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to play what's inside the sealed envelope.
I want to...
Like I throw out the name of the seduction. I give you a couple of hints, and then you try to guess what the technique is.
Because there's little scenarios that take place in these things.
Right.
Something the girl would have to do
exactly
to entice the guy in, or
items.
and something the guy would have to do.
There's
items involved. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a technique in every sealed envelope.
A technique.
But the cool thing about why this is a great gift for Valentine's Day, because I am here for Valentine's
Day, of course,
right around the corner.
It's because you might as well give her a gift that keeps on giving, that you get something in return, right?
Yes.
Which is sex.
Exactly.
And more sex.
Right.
So I want to teach our audience some techniques.
Ooh.
And there's a sealed envelope for his eyes only called Popping Her Clutch.
Popping her clutch.
That is the name, and this actually
Judah knows that one.
I think I'm going to learn how to read. I'm going to take a class. This book sounds great.
All right, so
Popping her
it's
clutch.
a for his eyes only page, and here's your hint. Okay,
Mhm.
it extends her orgasm. And
Hers?
Her orgasm.
All right, who cares? Now,
what's the next chapter?
Really? I'm gonna skip
you
that.
want one for her to do for him? Popping her clutch. No, it's a really cool thing that you
Let's
can do.
say,
I mean, you
okay,
can actually
extends her orgasm.
It extends her orgasm, and it involves batteries.
Batteries?
Yeah.
Okay, if she doesn't listen, hit her.
Popping the bitch.
Oh, she said batteries.
No, it's and this actually works. All right, Opie, you had your hands up.
I already know this one.
Oh, you do? Oh.
Cheater.
I know this
Okay,
one.
well, what is
this
it?
to keep? All right.
Well, you use a vibrator, right?
Yeah, right.
And just like when she's getting close to having the big O.
Yeah.
God, he's so good. Opie.
You either slow down the speed or turn off the vibrator completely.
Make her wait.
Make her wait a little bit. The anticipation will drive her nuts, and then you turn it back on.
Back
she
on.
can't handle it anymore.
Which is like dumping the clutch there, popping
That's
the
right.
clutch.
All sounds like,
and the car goes like, kind of
And jumps
lunges
forward.
Yeah.
That's good. And then she stalls, and you got to push her the rest of the way.
And then you look back over the owner's manual and the history, and you realize some black guy was driving your car. No wonder the seat is so big.
Yeah. Well, you know, Opie, when she's right at the top of her orgasm, though, what you do is when she first goes over,
right,
you stop, then you put it back on, then you stop, then you put it back on, and you can actually, make her come for about 20 seconds that way. So,
Is this kind of the same thing? I do the same thing where I'll kind of stop when they're getting close, but I just use my mouth. I don't use equipment. And then, like, as she's going over, I just burst into tears.
You're strange, aren't you?
Can you tell?
All right,
I hate setting up Jimmy. I will write.
I like the car. I like the car motif thing though that you have there.
Yeah.
I like one in the tailpipe. Is that one of the techniques?
Is that in my book?
Give her one in the tailpipe. How about blown gasket? And my name is Gasket. Can we do that if we're sticking with a car-oriented theme here?
That's pretty good. All right.
Jimmy has something for you on that, though.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
There's also this really cool
But she
thing.
didn't listen to me.
Oh, wait.
Yes, Jimmy?
Really, really cool thing that...
She's
What?
Nothing.
All right.
Forget it. We'll work it in later on. Go ahead.
Okay.
Laura Korn, everyone.
That's bad body language you're giving me. That's not very loving. She's looking away from me.
Oh.
I wasn't staring at your breasts.
Oh.
No, it's odd because Laura sits in a chair. She can't just sit in the chair, which is fine. You sit in the chair the same way this girl I remember in elementary school used to sit while she rocked on her heel and masturbated in class.
Wow. Did you get fired from that teaching job, did you?
It was my heel.
All right, okay, next. You're on top. I got to give you this one tiny move. This one tiny move while you're on top.
Okay.
Male on top.
Cover her with leaves after.
No, what do you think about it?
This is standard missionary on top?
Okay, if you do this one tiny move while you're on top, you will fuel her fantasies. I mean, this is like one thing that you can do to her while you're on top.
That will fuel her fantasies?
Fuel her fantasies.
Get plastic surgery for myself?
You're on top. Traditional male on top.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to absolutely have her just go nuts, it's just one little thing you can do.
I already know it.
Okay.
It's not farting or anything.
No, I wouldn't think that.
That's just a guess. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
might as
cup
well.
one and throw it into her open mouth. Yeah. Chew on that, whore.
That was big in the 80s, as I remember.
One little thing.
One little thing. And it has to do with the pillow. And it has to do with just one little thing. The most popular female
the tooth
fantasy.
Fairy?
Is it put it over her face? A rape fantasy?
Or is it put soda cans in it and hit her like Viking and Bad Boys? Put it over your
original
head.
Bad
Put it
Boys.
over your head and say, "The blacks and Jews are ruining this country."
The fantasy isn't called End of Cuckoo's Nest, is it?
Why are you drawing little lobotomy scars on me? I'm getting close.
I read it in 101 Nights of Great Sex. No. This is, okay, involves the pillow. Oh, gosh, Opie. You go ahead, Opie.
Do you use the pillow to prop her ass up?
No.
Oh.
No, you're on top.
You're on
Her head's
top.
on the pillow.
Her head's on the pillow.
Her head's on the pillow, and it's one little tiny move that you can do. One tiny move you can do that will fuel her fantasies.
Fuel her. It's a fantasy
and you know, and it's the most popular female fantasy, of course, is being taken, right?
Is fueling a key word here? Or?
No.
Okay.
No, it has nothing to do with it.
You're going to bring in gasoline
But
into
let me
the
tell
bedroom?
you, try this tonight, guys, because
All right.
it's really hot. It's really great. Any more guesses?
Not put your own face in the pillow like next to her head, is it?
No.
Because I was thinking maybe then she
Okay, it's something to do with you're gonna do it with her wrists.
Hold them under the pillow. Push them under the pillow.
Wait. Really? Hold them under the pillow?
No.
Tie them up with the pillowcase?
Forget the pillow.
Yeah.
She's on the pillow.
She's on the pillow.
Quit working the pillow.
Hold
in
her
it.
wrist while you're having sex with her?
Yes.
I've done it many times, but you said pillow. You threw us off the pillow.
No.
You said something with the pillow.
I said she. Okay, I did I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, her head's on the
pillow.
pillow. So taking her wrist,
holding her wrist, yeah.
taking her wrist, and putting it.
You threw us with the pillow.
You threw us something with the pillow.
Thought it was with the pillow.
Oh, you know what? Do you remember the famous? This was a great bit that we did. The wooden hanger. Do you remember? It's called "She's Out of Control." Do you remember that one, Andy?
Right. You do this one
this
6
really
months
hot.
after conception. And wooden or wire hanger works, but
wooden hanger is the Amish way, I think, to take
it's
care
called the old I'll go to the Bahamas anytime I like.
It's called the old you won't be borrowing my car anytime soon.
It's called the old no baby seat in my future.
What'd you do? I gave her the old crib schmib.
All right, listen.
Oh my God!
Hold on, we got to go to the phones. Adam in Texas. Adam.
Too funny.
Adam.
Yeah.
Hey.
I had this girlfriend once, and she had your little book there.
101 Nights of Great Sex.
Oh.
Yeah, she calls me up, and she tells me I got to bring you 3 things, and one's a silk scarf, a hanger, and some candles. The first thing that pops in my head is I'm giving this girl an abortion, having to tie her up in a dark room.
Yeah.
It was nice, though. Thank you very much.
What was it?
So you like the book? You got some great sex from it?
Oh, of course.
Awesome.
That's the point of the book, but yeah, the hanger was kind of a little, kind of threw me a little bit.
Does the hanger involve spanking?
No. Can you tell me what you did? How did she use those items
Did
on
you
you?
make a pimp stick?
The hanger was to be hung like on a door or something with the scarf being tied up, and yeah, basically it's a submission thing.
Yeah, you take the scarf and you tie her wrists to the bottom part of the wooden hanger, and then you lift the hanger and you put it over the door. And then you slowly.
Nice.
Yeah, you remember that
dungeon type arms up against
Judah,
the
you
wall.
ever try that one?
Well, I don't have any hangers, but I'm gonna go get some.
Hey,
throw shit on the floor.
Hey, sir. Can I ask you a question?
Oh,
you did.
Yeah.
Well, see, it's really cool. Is that
Can you substitute a meat hook for the hanger?
I got a couple of those.
Yeah, I didn't doubt it.
That'll work.
The whole key to this is the anticipation, as we talk about that fact that she called him on the phone and said, "Bring a wooden hanger."
Yeah,
and
so she's getting all worked up.
And that's the whole corn
She's
stick.
all
You know,
worked up.
it's the whole corn stick of the anticipation. Ripping out
I need
a sealed
a
envelope.
thimble, some Wesson oil, and 3 Negroes. Bring them home.
Could you bring over your black coworkers and a hammer? I'll explain it later.
The 102nd night that Laura never talks about.
Let's go to John in Chocolate City.
That's too funny.
Let's go to John. John!
Hi, boys. What's going on?
Hey, man.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey.
It's Lord Corn in studio today.
Fuck up. I've got a massive erection, and you guys keep ruining. Let's talk.
Oh,
no,
there you go,
thank
Laura.
you.
Massive
Thank
erection.
you. Gosh,
She's,
you've made my day.
She's lovely. She looks like a younger Barbara Eden. We've said that for many, many years. You don't age there.
You don't.
I haven't.
You've been doing our show
changed.
for God. It has
How
been
long?
10 years now.
Do I
And
still
you
kind
haven't
of
changed at all.
Yeah.
Well, I work out. I got a younger boyfriend. You know.
How young?
And he's a few years younger.
Yeah.
And he's always. I'm telling you, this
Is
guy.
that him right there?
No. Although he's Nice guy.
Yeah, I'm sure he's lovely.
You know, I mean, it's. I do all this stuff. I mean, for the last year, I've been rewriting 101 Nights of Great Sex.
Right.
I mean, that's what I've been doing.
Who would
Just
want to go out
updating
with you,
this
though,
stuff.
man? Too much pressure.
I would.
You think?
Too much pressure.
You think?
She's seen it all. She knows it all.
Like,
But
can we just
you know
fuck?
what? But I,
One night, lady. Jesus Christ. Yeah, can we...
hey, come on. 101. I wrote a book, 101 Great Quickies. I'm the
true,
bend
she
me
did.
over, do me now, babe. Who's got time? You know, my next video. I've got a great idea for a video.
Yeah.
Ready?
Me too.
Get them off in 3 minutes or less, or my name's not Corn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Get them off in
And
3 minutes
with your
or
mouth.
less.
With your mouth, because I mean, I'm really great.
Anyone have a
orally.
stopwatch?
Wow.
I mean, there's no one that's better orally than me.
Really?
Look
No.
at her.
I'll tell you someone's better.
I got to tell you, because I've seen all the videos, I've seen all the babes, but they don't have the technique that I have.
Here's what Inari Vox does something. You know, she's a porn star,
Right.
Where she kind of gags herself on it, like, and it's all spit, and it's like a fucking. It's like watching tsunami footage, and there's nothing sexier than an Inari Vox
Like cock
blowjob.
being washed away.
It's amazing.
Really?
I actually one time I saw 2 children go by in the food. It's the fucking hottest thing ever. A lot of girls don't know to use spit when they give head.
Laura, Jimmy's a little twisted, though. He's a little twisted.
Yeah, there are a couple of things.
2 kids
he
go by.
enjoys.
Yeah. Laura, there's an issue with Jimmy that we should bring to your attention and see what
And-
you think of it.
Yeah.
Jimmy likes
Yes.
some different things.
I like to
when
be
he has
spanked
sex.
with a ham. Is that wrong? just a cold, cooked, fucking smoked ham.
I thought you meant an over-the-top actor. I will spank you all night long.
Yeah, Voss in his Lenny Bruce outfit.
Wow.
Bug out your eyes, stupid.
Oh my God, you guys are just.
Well, Laura, ask Jimmy a few
Okay,
questions,
all right,
and he'll
all right,
answer.
all right, Jimmy,
He
all
will
right.
answer you.
No.
No. Ask him about his sex life.
Okay, your sex
Well,
life.
don't worry. We'll promote the hell out of your book.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a
that's
great book.
Yeah. Barnes & Noble, 101nights.com, LauraCorn.com.
101 Nights.
Yeah,
of
but
Great
I have
Sex.
Valentine's Day table. Barnes & Noble. I have my own table.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
She's rich.
Are you rich?
Yeah.
I've done real well.
Ooh.
Sold a lot of books.
Cool.
Okay, the kitty popsicle. That
I
would
like
be...
it already.
Meow.
I think it's with TT, not DD.
Oh, I'm gonna say, first, step 1, tint all van windows.
Oh, you're killing me. Okay, so what do you think? And I made this up. You know, I'm also the sex expert on iVillage.com,
Okay.
where my medium audience is about a 25-year-old chick, and they love this kitty popsicle. What is it?
The kitty popsicle.
Yep, something I made up. It's a seduction in the book. Kitty, K-I-T-T, popsicle.
I would imagine kitty, another word for pussy. So it must involve her pussy. Isn't this great being able to talk like this?
Do you
on
put your
Soundline?
dick in the freezer and then fuck her? Or? I don't know. I mean, it's just a guess.
Oh, Dad
Play
and a
in Vegas.
bicycle.
Judah.
What's the Vegas date again?
This Saturday night. I haven't said it yet. February 11th, this Saturday night at the Palms Casino.
Very good. We have a lot of
Vegas.
Vegas. So.
2 shows.
Love
Saturday
Vegas.
night.
Love Vegas.
So we're talking about the kitty popsicle.
Yeah. Do you know that one, Opie?
No, that one I don't know.
Can you imagine?
Is that when you lick the you know?
Oh, I know it.
I'm thinking you kind of ice up your tongue a little bit with a popsicle.
Was she saying give head with ice in your mouth?
And then go down.
Nope.
When your tongue is cold. Am I close?
Nope.
Damn it.
Is it the hot cold thing
Nope.
you taught us?
Nope.
Kitty.
The velvet tongue? Nope.
That's the velvet tongue?
The velvet tongue? Nope. I've stumped the guys.
Oh.
Does it involve an ice cream man or anything?
Something like that. You're going down on her, and when she least expects it, you shove a push-up up her ass.
Well, you go to a good humor truck and you put your cock through that little garbage hole like it's a Buddy booth
with the dragon painted on there.
Yeah.
Put the garbage in the dragon's mouth.
And you put a little sign for all the tots that says free samples.
Kitty popsicle.
Well, this one, I just may have to keep this one a secret.
No.
Yes.
Here comes the popsicle.
I'm getting a boner already.
What do I have to do for some free ice? I don't have any money, but I sure would like a rocket.
You can get a doggy style, you can get a lean on your side. Those are your only choices. This is my house, and I get to say. Show me how you suck a guy's cock. The last time I'm going to ask you.
You're not on free radio.
Boy thinks of Jason.
We are miles away from free radio.
Miles away from Worcester there, Laura.
Oh, my God, that is too funny. All right, how about this?
Wait, can we talk about Jimmy, though? I want to get...
Yeah, I'm going to ask... I'm asking him a question.
No.
Oh, okay, about his sex life. Okay, what it is. Okay, I'm going to ask you this. Where do you think your kinkiness came from? Your sense of humor, your sexual appetites. Where do you think they came from?
Sorry. That's a loaded question.
Well,
I don't know. Do you have an hour on a couch?
Yeah. Something tells me it's tied away to a memory that's tucked away somewhere. That hasn't made itself known.
What is if you could only do one sexual activity, only one, tell me what you would do. What do you love doing more than anything in bed? Come on.
Honestly?
Yeah, honestly.
Eating pussy.
Oh,
to be honest to God, I'm not saying it for any reason other than that's my favorite thing to do, and smelling it.
It rules the world, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Jimmy's.
Yeah, I do. That's my favorite thing to do.
All right, ask him his second favorite thing.
Okay, what is your second favorite thing?
Because there's a big drop off from that.
Well, it also involves the vagina, but look, here's the way it started. I like popcorn, and I hate for a girl to have to get up while I'm giving her head. So, I mean, if she has to tinkle, I'm right there. I mean, why would I inconvenience somebody I care about? I can't even make eye contact with her. I would just probably, use my mouth as a toilet. I mean, maybe just lay there and allow her to tinkle.
Do a little tinkle.
So golden showers.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I did that once.
Golden shower, golden mouthwash.
It was weird. It was weird. I thought the guy was weird.
Did you get it to him?
Yeah, I did.
Where'd you do it?
Come on. On his face.
No, I mean, what city?
Oh,
no, I'm kidding.
In New York City.
Was it a bathroom floor?
The
tile?
same guy. Now that I think about it, that taught me the Marilyn Monroe technique. He actually did Marilyn Monroe.
Jesus. What's that? You
Really?
give someone a whole bunch of pills and fuck them with your brother?
No. That's
you
really...
get laid, take a ride through Dallas, and have your head shot off.
Instead of pop my clutch, she yells, Sirhan.
You get your head blown twice.
Oh, that's too funny. And the really kind of wild thing about it is he's a very powerful guy in radio. And if I told you, if I couldn't say his name.
You peed in his mouth?
Peed on?
Did he drink it? Did he drink it?
No.
Tom Leykis likes that? That's unbelievable.
No.
Come on.
Give it to me in the face.
It was a long time ago, but yeah.
He didn't
Bone
drink
dry, water. Love a good golden shower. The Greaseman Show. Laying here on my back waiting for the golden goodness to be pissed onto my face. Go ahead. She's lining up her vagina. I'm looking square into the beast, and here it comes.
Oh my God! You do this
toilet face Grease Manelli was what they called me. Bone dry, wet face.
I was slinging veg.
Slinging urine.
You did say New York, by the way.
New York.
So it could be Imus.
You want to piss on my face? Yeah. Oh, shut up, McCord. Some people like it. Just, you know what? Fill up my hat with piss, and I'll just pour it on my face at my leisure. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been.
Or, guy, look at you guys. You're looking at me.
Well, you said New York and radio personality. It could be Howard Stern, too.
Ooh, you want to just piss on my face? Ooh, don't look, Robin or Fred. Tell him, Fred. I love Fred pissed on my face. I started the whole piss on the face thing. No one did that before me, Jimmy. It was all me. Tell him, Fred. I remember at NBC, Fred pissed on my face. Jackie pissed on my face, and I'm re-recording that with Artie now. They don't call him Bubba the Love Sponge for nothing. Piss on his face. Gonna be wringing that sponge out. I'm pissing on his face. Robin. To the Howie-copter.
You tell me you're still doing stand-up.
I never did stand up.
What?
No, that's scary. This is easy. See the microphone? That's my friend. And that's the only person I have to deal with. It's bad enough looking at Pal Talk and having to look at people's faces in 2 dimensions, never mind 3. I could not imagine, and I don't know how you guys do it, and no matter how good you are, you always hear the horror stories, the bomb. I could not stand through a bombing on stage. I would literally die right there.
Yeah.
If you bomb here, move on. You get the car crash, you get the callers, occasional...
No one sees.
Sarcastic glance from Nathaniel.
Let's go to...
I got the funniest line, though. If I'm bombing, I do this. I tap the mic and go, is this on, folks?
Oh, well, see, now that cures everything.
Get you out of anything.
But you've been doing stand-up for how many years? 20, 30 years? Long time.
20 or 30 I'm only 37. Oh. I realize I look sloppy.
Wow.
Wow.
That had to hurt.
No, that was good.
30 years. No, Jim, I think it's 30 years now. Man.
I know there's a slight resemblance to Don Rickles, but...
30 years!
I'm not that much of an older gentleman. I really do have to shave my hair. I got gray hairs. And no one likes Laura Corn anymore.
Let's go to Kevin in New York. Kevin.
That's too funny.
Kevin?
Hi, guys.
What's up, man?
Hey, Kevin, good morning.
Laura, I got a great position for your book. It's called Monstering, but I got to let Jimmy explain it to you.
Monstering?
Monster Rain. Yeah, you should write about this in your next book.
Okay.
Bring home a porch and a child.
When I was a very little boy, I mean like 2nd grade, my friends and I would play Monster Rain. We'd be walking along, and one of us would yell Monster Rain. And then to get away from the Monster Rain, we'd go onto the porch and blow each other. It's the whole story.
Wow. So you started the oral fixation really young.
I was very young.
So it's good that you're going from.
By the way, it was another guy.
Well, I figured she did that.
Yeah, I realized.
Okay.
I realized.
I just want to reiterate that to the listeners that might not have heard that.
Okay, yeah.
That's what Monster Rain is. Any reference to Monster Rain you might have heard in replays that you didn't get. That was it.
I was in 2nd grade.
2nd grade, Jimmy?
Yeah, and I still remember. One boy in Budweiser shorts whose balls smelled like mothballs because the shorts smelled like mothballs.
Yeah, how many friends were there?
Like 2, 3.
So you've done some kinky stuff.
2 or 3, maybe more.
Yeah, but then I discovered girls like in 3rd grade. And
so when your butt's not getting slapped by Ham, what else do you like to do?
Well, there is another thing he likes.
What's that?
I don't know. Logs, nothing really. I mean,
this is a special,
this is a special treat.
You wouldn't just do this on a nightly basis.
No.
Yeah.
Which is?
Like, say a girl's tinkling on me, and all of a sudden she's
this
like...
This is all true, by the way, Laura. We're not doing fun radio for
you.
This is real stuff.
Say a girl's tinkling on me, and all of a sudden she's like, uh-oh, I better get up because there might be another problem. I say, look, while we're here, why not take care of all family business right where you are?
All family business.
No need to get up. Don't be a goose.
So if a little Lincoln log has to come out.
Who's looking?
You know, a famous guy died doing that.
Died?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The big producer, the music producer, died with a girl creating a log on his face. Wow. He died of a heart attack.
Oh, all right. So he didn't die from the log. Maybe that's happiness.
Choked on.
There must have been a big one. My God, it looks like a silo.
Wait, which music producer?
Yes, music. No, maybe movie producer. Yeah.
Oh,
he was
Waltz, Bruckheimer's partner. Bruckheimer's partner.
Well, he was loaded. You know, that had something to do with it.
His face wasn't.
Right. She used to crap on my face. It looked ridiculous.
And he would do it with glass.
Oh, what a fucking
Not
rookie.
Simpson. Not Simpson. Don Simpson.
Is that? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you read that in the book? It was
Well, I just hear things.
I want to read it.
Yeah, he was really loaded, and he used to have prostitutes come over, and he'd have a glass table, and he would be underneath the glass table.
Yeah, I know the whole thing, the glass table.
Yeah, the glass table thing.
Of course.
But you want the real thing.
No, the glass table is like fucking, it's like hitting a baseball off a tee. I mean, you can't consider yourself a major leaguer. You're not hitting real fastballs.
That's like window shopping.
Of course it
You're
is.
not buying anything.
What about a little anal? Like you like to lick...
More assholes? Yes, more than I like breathing. I love assholes. Love licking them, smelling them. If I became
working with them.
If a girl has a nice ass, if it's you know, believe it or not, I like it. If she's
you don't want to.
Do you like anal play for yourself too?
Not really. Not like my ass licked. Like I like to.
Oh, you do?
I'll drag her by the hair. Put her head off the side of the bed and fucking shove my ass in her mouth and make her lick it. I'm a creep.
Jesus.
My ass is immaculate. Though. There's no hair on it at all.
That is horrid.
No, it's not.
You want to see his ass, Laura?
Sure.
All right. It's.
I don't want to see that.
Oh, you don't have to.
Well, it's something that comes with the job, unfortunately.
We see it in the bathroom all the time. Look, it's like a 9-year-old boy.
Do you get it
no
waxed?
hair.
No, I have no hair at all on my ass.
Nice.
There's one little wispy one there. Yeah. Well, my asshole looks like Charlie Brown's head.
Well, look at his arms. Show Laura your arms.
I have no arm hair at all.
Yeah, feel the skin.
What's your favorite sexual position?
Missionary, believe it or not.
Do that again, Nora.
I like my nipples played with.
Really?
They have to have my nipples played with, yeah.
Okay, very cool move called massage collage. It's the first seduction in the book. All right?
Massage collage.
This is the sexual position, Opie, you can't play if you know it, that women wish men would do more of while giving her oral sex. It's a position, a sexual position you get in that will actually stimulate about 3,000 of her nerve endings, because the clitoris has about 4,000. And most guys aren't in this position. And most of these nerve endings never get any stimulation.
Probably on top of her facing down so your chin is hitting her clit? Okay. How about while she's on her stomach? Licking her, kind of her clit and her lips from the back while she's on her stomach?
Yes, licking her lips from the back. Absolutely.
Fantastic. And you get the ass in your face, too.
And you get the ass in your face.
Yeah, that's called bonus. That's the asterisk.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the DVD. That's the extra shit.
And a really cool move is if you have some massage oil by the bed, and when you're doing the, I love doggy. And if you're, doggy, take the massage oil and give her a little back rub while you're doing some doggy.
Oh, not happening. I don't need that. I'm going to come.
No, pretty good stuff.
Let's say hi to Lee Abrams. Lee.
Oily back.
Hey, Lee. Good morning.
What's happening?
Hey.
You have a question for Laura Korn, Lee?
Hey, you know what? I've got like 10 books coming to the studio, so you can give some books away.
Lee Abrams. Hold on. Lee Abrams is a legend in the music business.
Okay.
And in radio and stuff, and he was at the Grammys.
Oh, hi, Lee.
And as a matter of fact, it's not the first time they've met. He was the guy that liked the piss.
Yeah,
that's right.
hey, Lee. By the way, this is Norton. How about Sabbath? Are we going to get them at all when they?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're all over that one.
Are you really?
Yeah, definitely. And also talking with Tony Iommi's people about doing something. So we're in good shape.
Are you in L.A. right now?
No, I just got back yesterday. I went to the party nights Monday and Tuesday, then I flew back yesterday because I can't sit through the awards.
Did you fly your own plane?
No, I had to go commercial.
No, XM events, XM business. He can't fly his own plane.
He likes to fly.
Bummer. Yeah, but it's pretty cool.
Who did you think was the best act?
Well, on Monday night they had this Music Cares kind of, schmoozathon, but a lot of bands played. And Springsteen, it was unbelievable. It was like a salute to James Taylor. And I'm not a big James Taylor fan, but they had all these people coming out playing James Taylor songs, and Springsteen was unbelievable.
All right, Fire and Rain, was she killed in a plane crash or did she kill herself?
I have no idea. I never liked that song.
He's honest.
Any big surprises, you think, in the awards?
Well, I wasn't actually at the awards last night, but no, they're all pretty predictable.
Yeah.
The fun part were those parties that happened, before the actual Grammy event.
Oh, we heard you were hugging a lot of guys and stuff, and very happy to be there. And You might have been a little out of control. That's what Elo's telling us today.
Oh, well, yeah, probably a little bit. But,
it's like Christmas for Lee Abrams, though, I would imagine, going to Grammy parties, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, it's a schmooze-a-thon, so you kind of got to get in the spirit a little bit.
Hey, Lee, I was watching the Grammys last night. Why don't the black people clap for the white artists?
I don't know. We got to do something about that.
It is the weirdest thing, man. Like, you got U2 and Coldplay. Those were two good examples, and they're singing their faces off and just performing unbelievably, and then they go to the audience, and some of the white people standing up, all the white people applauding, and then you see black people going, I am bored to be here. They won't give any love up to the white artists. I noticed that. And then the black artists performed, and, it was a completely different story when they went back to the crowd. Everybody was cheering.
Because white people are afraid of being misconstrued as racist. Black people don't care. They're not going to clap for you if they don't like you. They're a little more honest.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because, because a lot of times you just applaud because you kind of have to.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So,
what a concept.
Jack, what's your favorite sexual position?
Or Lee.
Lee.
I like them all. I like that doggy thing you were talking about. Sounded pretty good. That's a favorite.
Yeah.
It's always fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mix it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
You in the Mile High Club?
Well, with my new advanced autopilot, the new plane, that's
it's an option.
Actually, yes and no. In my own plane, no, but now the technology is there to where it's more doable without losing control. In a commercial plane, years ago.
Wow.
Really?
How the hell they figure? How do you do that? They're always looking at you.
Yeah, I don't know how you pull that off on a commercial flight.
Well,
I know a lot of people do it. I just don't.
It's a small bathroom too.
Yeah, what's the move though?
Dwarf chick or something.
You got to pick a full jumbo jet, and then sort of after they do all the food and drink service, because everybody's lined up for the bathrooms anyway, and nobody notices. If it's an empty flight or you're the only one. That's kind of.
Yeah.
What's the turn on there, by the way, Laura? Do you know? The Mile High Club?
Sex and danger of being caught situation.
Yeah, it's got to be the danger of being
caught. In the whole
mile,
the whole Mile High Club just being part of the thing.
How about the danger that something's going to happen? Rapid decompression and you got your dick out.
Yeah.
It just freezes right there.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
You got to put it in your pocket and hope for reattachment.
Oh, too funny. So what's your best sex move, Lee? What do you like doing the best?
God, I'd have to ask my wife.
Hey, what's my best sex move?
How long you been married?
Long time. Let's see. I should know. 30 years.
How long are you getting some? I mean, how often do you get some?
Oh, when I'm home, constantly. That's
really?
No problem. Yeah.
After 30 years.
Absolutely.
I know.
It's the pot.
God bless.
Got to keep the pot in the relationship.
So what does she enjoy the most that you do?
Oh, I think it is that doggy thing.
Again, he just can't stay off of his knees.
Way to keep it sexy, Lee. Yeah, that doggy thing.
Doggy thing.
Where you poke her shitter and you can kind of see the TV?
That's great.
But I'll ask. I mean,
I'll ask. I'll do a little research.
I'll get back to you on that one.
You must be an ass man. I have a theory that men pick their favorite sexual positions by what they like to look at the most. Yes? Do you think there's anything to that? A little bit?
About that.
Yeah, think about it. What's your favorite sexual position?
Could be. I'm pretty standard. I'm pretty standard issue.
On top?
Yeah. Although there are a few variations. But since, I know my girlfriend's mother and father listen. It's kind of hard to get into it. Yeah, I like taking your little girl's leg and kind of pushing it forward, And
well, as long as you don't say maybe he likes to look at the pillow, so his favorite thing is to have someone behind him kneel and strap it on. Not that I'm gay or anything. I just like what pillows look like. I just love doilies.
Hey, Laura, give Lee a little tip for tonight.
What are well, did you hear the one? I mean, my favorite one is the oral sex on the back of the lips. In doggy position before you move in, right?
I'm taking notes.
Okay. I lick the back of her lips.
Okay.
All right, lots of licking. And then move in and, give her some poundage. Come back out, lick some more. move
so
back
it's exactly like dogs do it.
Exactly.
Sniff around, go around in circles on the bed, fight each other.
Oh, wait, I got a really good one.
And lick the ass, too. You're forgetting this to trail your tongue up from you suck the clit, and then you're forgetting to trail your tongue up lips to the ass. I don't know why anybody would not do that, unless, of course, you're communist. Why do you ignore the ass? It's right there.
All communists?
Yes, we're reasonable men.
You know,
she can charge for such services.
I want you to think of this. It's kind of, my name's Corn, you know, Laura Corn.
That's what you want to think of when you're eating an ass. Well, way to keep it sexy.
How about a little cornhole? All right, that's what I want you to think of a little bit. Well, maybe not, but a lot of guys, you know, the hole, right? The hole, woman's hole.
Sure.
You know, you're usually sticking something in it.
Wait, the vagina or the ass?
No, the vagina. Okay. The hole. But hey, just go around it in circles. Don't don't go in. Just see how long. Just see how wet she gets. Don't go for the clit. Don't go for any other part. Just take your finger and go around in circles. Very slow, and just tease her. Just tease her. Slow, circle, circle, circle. And see how long you can do that without wanting to stick your finger inside.
You got that, Lee?
Drive her freaking crazy.
Lee calls it the holding pattern. Pilot terms. Just keep circling. Keep circling.
No, it's just kind of little
and declare an emergency and just shove it in.
This is great. I'm going to have a full report tomorrow.
All right. So you go in, come out, lick, in, come out, lick, circle, circle.
And then when you feel yourself getting close, just say fire on the runway and spray foam all over her back.
Hey, guys, girl, I got to ask you something. I want to do a little research for my next book.
Hold on, let me say goodbye to Lee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Lee
can't
take
be bothered with this. He's a very busy.
I was expecting to talk about the Grammys. This is much better.
Well, anything you want to say about the Grammys? Anything?
No, parties were fun. Another Grammy, big week, and on to next year.
All right. Paul
McCartney. I'll find out about the whole applause thing for you.
All right.
Hey, Lee, I'll send you a book, 101 Nights of Great Sex and 101 Nights of Great Romance.
That would be amazing.
Okay, awesome. Very cool.
Right.
Bye, Lee.
Thanks, Lee.
See ya.
All right.
Lovely.
Is your Grammy guy?
He's a music expert. He just works for us.
He's one of our XM guys.
He's
great. Down in Washington, D.C. So.
Cool.
Want to take a break, and then we'll continue with Laura Corn?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do that.
Stay out the bushes. 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 Stay out the bushes.
Bend over, baby butt. Bend over, baby butt. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Dirty little skank.
It's a freak show.
Dirty little skank.
Oh, yeah.
This tastes so good.
Come on down and I'll feed you sausage.
Give me it.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're very naughty.
Yes.
You guys suck.
But so does your mom.
Oh, you're very naughty.
Yes.
You guys suck.
But so does your mom.
I'm quite the mother shucker. The mother shucker.
Stupid friggin' what?
Hey.
Talk about things. Talk about things.
Proof syndication.
Talk about things.
Hug me, bitch. Remember to always drink your banana juice.
Coming soon to the Opie and Anthony radio program.
Oh, gee, I'm so scared.
More girls. More money.
Here's the money. Suck my cock.
More snatch. Money Snatch 2. Coming soon.
I'm scared.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. We got Judah in studio. We got Laura Corn in studio. She's got to leave soon to do another radio show on Free FM. She's going to be doing some free radio.
What show?
JV and Elvis.
Oh, those guys are hilarious.
A show here in New York City.
They're really funny.
Our listeners will help you out. They'll call the show and stuff.
That's cool. That's cool.
No problem there.
Yeah, maybe you guys could give some calls over to JV and Elvis. Those guys are
only serious questions for Laura Corn.
You know
the deal.
So people check out my website. It's 101nights.com or Laura Corn, spell it C-O-R-N like the vegetable.
I thought it was K-O-R-N.
No, it's
maybe
corn.
because our retarded Eric or Ben put
Yeah,
corn
no,
with a
I
K.
saw it. Yeah, with a K. And I'm here talking about 101 Nights of Great Sex. It's a publishing phenomenon. The
You
book
haven't
has sold
talked to
millions.
Judah, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's your best sex tech? You know, I'm always looking for sex techniques.
Norton's pretty much taught everything he knows to me.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, you want to guess what's inside the silver?
Yeah, I
envelope?
want to do some more guesses.
Okay.
He's a world champion, by the way.
Did we ever find out what the kitty popsicle is?
No, I'm going to leave that
I want to know.
as my.
I want to know.
It's
leaving me hanging
Let me
here.
see what page is it in there.
Yeah, what page is it in?
The Kitty Popsicle is number 20, and it's a for her eyes only page.
All right.
I want to see.
All right, hold on. Go to Barnes & Noble, and that book will be on the Valentine's Day table.
Sure.
And it's on page 20?
Yeah.
So just look at page 20.
It's Seduction 20.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can't read. You know what? It's sealed. The page is sealed.
Bring a
You can't
pen,
see
pop it open, read it.
Bring a razor or a scissor. It's page 20. And
just rip it out.
Okay, platter. It's called Pleasure Platter. All right? How am I going to give you great oral with the platter in my hand?
I don't like the pleasure platter. That sounds like feces are involved.
Does that happen at a Denny's or something? Or?
Yeah.
Is that what we do it at a Waffle House? Or?
Yeah, you have moons over my hammy while you get fisted by a fat waitress.
That sounds hot.
Grand slam it up my ass.
That's the great thing about doing the road is that's what you get to do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, what is that? What is that? Platter? What is it?
What's it called? Pleasure Platter.
Oh.
Just a wild. I mean, I'm just going to throw stuff out of here.
Yeah, I like these names.
Wild cherry.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's a virgin with Down syndrome.
Jesus, Laura. All right, listen. We're going to teach you something today. Matt's got a question for Laura Korn.
Okay.
Matt in Pennsylvania. Matt.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Laura,
man.
Did you ever hear the sex act called strawberry milkshake?
Yeah.
Strawberry milkshake. No. Inform me.
That's where you blow your load on her face and punch her in the nose. punch it out, guys.
My favorite.
Oh, my God.
My favorite of all time is the chili dog.
Oh, yeah.
Which is?
It's when you shit on her chest and then titty fuck her.
God, you God.
What page is that?
What page is that?
Matt Horrid. Hold on, we got one more for it.
Anyone in here that's a little S&M or no? Like anyone here like a little control stuff or no?
A little bit, but not. I like mummification and CBT. No, I'm kidding.
All right, how about this? You know what a great way to get laid in the morning?
What?
All right.
Brush your teeth. Wasn't that funny, really? I mean, come on.
No. Well, it's called Sniff Sniff. Sniff Sniff.
Okay.
Mine's called Wait Till They Get Dropped Off at School.
Sniff, sniff.
Sniff.
Sniff, sniff.
Seduction.
Before the shower.
Yeah, it's number
know what it is.
63.
Jimmy knows.
Sniff, sniff. You do a line of coke, and then when she's doing her line of coke, you fuck her.
You're really fast. You're really good. Good way to get laid in the morning. Get up a little bit earlier than she does. Get in the shower. Put on some different cologne or some aftershave. Brush your teeth and get back into bed. You'll score.
That's great. Then
you'll score.
You smell
you
terrific.
knew that you
That's
brush
good
your teeth.
advice.
Yeah, you smell really good. It's really.
I think that would work.
Oh my God, it will work.
You're fresh and chipper, and she smells like a horse's asshole. Fucking breathing her awful gumpy morning breath in your face. Her fucking hair's askew with eye boogies. I'm too good for this bitch. I'm all cologned up in a suit. Get back into bed in a tuxedo.
And she smells like cabbage. You do all that work, and she smells like cabbage.
It's like fucking a bowl of borscht.
Yeah, thanks for the tip, Laura. Great.
Just eat her ass and throw sour cream on her.
You do all the prep work. That's wonderful.
Oh God, you guys. Oh
All right,
my
let's
God.
go to Andy in Ohio.
Hey, Andy.
Very serious question for Laura
Okay,
Korn.
go ahead.
Hey, guys, how are you?
All right.
We're great.
Good. I have a question. I've been dating a girl for 8 years. We just got married in April, but I don't think she likes sex.
Wait.
Dramatic.
Dude,
what's wrong
didn't
with
you-
your phone? Your phone.
Calling from a cell?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I think I heard the guy.
When did she stop wanting to have sex?
Yeah, okay.
No, it's not that she stopped wanting to have sex. It's just...
Why'd you marry her?
I don't think it's all about sex.
Okay, well, that's good.
She's great. We've been dating for a while, but she says I'm too much of a freak, I guess. She just wants the missionary position, and that's it.
And what do you want?
I can open up. I want everything.
You know what? Let me send you a copy of the book, 101 Nights of Great Sex. You know, a lot of women tell me it helps them come out of the shell because it's not really them doing these seductions, it's the book helping them. So when they rip out a sealed envelope and it's like the kitty popsicle, they do it because it's Laura Korn telling them to do it. And it really works. We're talking about like 2 million copies I've sold to women.
Jesus.
So,
a lot of people are asking.
Women really dig this book.
What the Marilyn Monroe is. You never said it, and they're freaking out.
Did I? I think I made us back feel better.
I know.
Oh God.
What is it, sweetie pie?
You're like naked on your belly, and, and she's giving you a back rub, and she gets off by rubbing her you know what on your back.
Yeah. There's a spot on a man's tailbone that your clit just nestles right into, and you rock back and forth while giving you a massage, of course, with your hands, you know, whispering, biting the back of your neck.
I like that.
Why is that called the Marilyn Monroe?
Because she used to do it to John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I got confused. I like the Jane Mansfield.
Okay, which is?
That's after you fuck her, you cut her head off and yell devil worship things.
Jackie asked me why my tailbone smells like tuna fish. I need an excuse. Ich bin ein tuna tailbone.
John F. Kennedy's tailbone and Joe DiMaggio's bat smells the
same. She's gonna rub her cunt all over your tailbone, Daddy-o.
All right, Andy, you want a book?
Yeah, that's cool. Should I introduce like a vibrator or toys or what?
Oh, absolutely. You know, you can't go wrong with the egg-shaped vibrator that has like 10 speeds.
I think you should introduce a divorce lawyer.
But try the book first, seriously.
All right, we'll give you a book, line 6.
Yeah, I'm going to also send you the 101 Nights of Great Romance.
What's the name of her book?
101 Nights of Great Sex.
There you go. Let's go to Rob in Florida. Rob.
I'm everywhere.
Rob.
Yes, the pussy's on your back, Bubba.
Oh.
Rob?
Yeah.
Hey.
What in the hell do you do with the wrist? You started that out about 40 minutes ago and you never said.
The wrists. You hold them down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We talked about it. Sorry, you missed it.
You never finished it.
Oh, I thought we did.
No.
Opie, explain.
Well, you play the game like, oh no, you're holding me down. Oh, I can't get free. I'm a little scared.
Well, basically, you take both those wrists.
Oh, no, what's going to happen next?
And put them together and then just throw them on the top of the pillow. That's the whole thing, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, above her head on the pillow.
I like the Mary Jo
Kopechne. You pin her,
do it
pin her down.
missionary style in the bathtub.
You pin her down. All right? Got it?
All right, we got Scott from Modesto. Scott from Modesto. You got a question for Laura Korn?
Yeah, good morning, boys.
Hey, Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Laura.
Good morning.
Yeah, I have a fantasy. I like to have sex with pregnant women in a boat.
Very interesting.
That is a little odd. That's,
you want to explain that further?
That's very
Scott?
niche.
Yes, and
is it like a refugee boat, or is it like...
After I'm done, I like to hit him over the head with a shovel.
Why? Bob in Pennsylvania. Bob?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Bob. How can I help you?
Well, I just called to get one of your books I called for.
Sure.
I don't have a story. I'd just like to get my wife to maybe be a little more interested. She's always complaining that it always hurts or I'm too big and such like that. And I was wondering maybe this book could possibly help me in any way, shape, or form.
Well, it will, because you're probably doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? If you had sex tonight. No?
I'm trying different things.
I know what you're doing.
She's just, what?
You're saying it's hurting her and she's saying you're too big?
Yeah, but
go down 8 inches. You're fucking her belly button.
No, I'm really not that big. I tried different things. I've tried oral, everything, and it's just like it's just she wants like one position. That's it. It's like once in a while. She's not in the mood, and then when I'm not home, she's always hot then and say, "Hey, can you be home now?" Because I'm hot now. As well, I'm on the road now.
Well, there's a seduction called Calendar Girl, and actually there are 4 days that women are scientifically proven to be at their peak. 4 days a month. 4 days a month.
Oh, great. Well, I'm on the road 5 days, 5-6 days of the week.
Okay. Well, that day that she's talking about is that day when she's ovulating, probably.
Oh, well, then that's...
And man, any guy can figure that. I've got on my website. I've got a thing called the Horny Calculator, and you can actually determine when her hottest day is.
I was trying to figure out my mortgage through that.
Check it out, because you'll definitely want to nail her on her hottest day.
Laura,
she's ovulating?
Yeah, she's ovulating.
Laura, are you a fan of the big ones?
Hey, isn't that dangerous?
No.
She's ovulating.
Well, this guy's talking about his big cock. I was wondering if you are you a fan of the big
size
ones?
queen?
You know, as long as it's a certain size, no, not really, because I'm pretty tiny and I've never had children, so I'm really...
You should try them.
You like... well, I love Rocco. He's my favorite porn guy. Rocco?
It's Rocco Siffredi, yeah.
Yeah. God, he's hot.
Oh, he wrecks pussy.
This is a giant cock.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He does. Maybe that's what it is. It's the fantasy of being wrecked.
You ought to see Nacho Vidal. Rocco found him in like somewhere. He fucks like he's probably the best performer ever. People say where you've never seen a guy fuck like that. He's like Rocco but more.
Jimmy talks about these guys like Olivier.
Well, Nacho is very famous in I think he's in Spain.
No, he's not.
Oh yeah, in Spain.
Stop it.
He's
very famous. He's not very famous. I don't know the man. I don't know what he does.
Tell him you don't want to be dog fucked by him until your back hurts. He'll understand. Believe me. Hey, can I get a Coke or something?
Are you a porn connoisseur?
Yeah.
What's your favorite porn movie?
Taboo 2.
Really?
Yes.
With?
Kay Parker, Kevin James, Dorothy LeMay.
How many
Kevin James is in that?
Kevin James.
Wow.
No, the original.
Wow, you wouldn't think he would.
Yeah, he's a big fat kid in the UPS.
So,
outfit with a
what's
big
your favorite scene in that movie? Describe it.
It could be. It might be even Taboo with Kay Parker. It's about incest. Favorite scene. I don't know. There's so many of them.
So many, right?
It might be. There's a moment where, like, the original movie, the lady fucks her son. And in the second movie, the lady
gets
works
hotter and hotter, doesn't it?
No, the lady works in a card shop, so the son's ex-girlfriend comes in with her brother. And he goes, oh, where's Paul? We haven't seen him. And, if you've seen the first one, you know that, she was fucking her son, so he moved away. So the girl goes to buy a card, and the mother, who was, let me see. There's the mother of the boyfriend that this girl used to date is looking at this girl's brother, and she glances down at his cock, and she kind of subtly remarks on it, and that's probably my favorite scene. It's that fast. It's not an incest moment. It's her looking at a guy's.
You're right.
But it's like,
which we all do, by the way.
That to me was my favorite.
To me,
it was the
no.
sexiest.
There's a porno movie, and the part where everyone's clothes are on and they're in a card store is the hottest part of the fucking movie.
Because then he goes, hey, look, because he was friends with her son. He goes, look, I was friends with Paul. Maybe I could bring some tools by. Like I borrowed something. Can I return it to you? And to watch her giving in and realizing this guy's going to come over and fuck me, and then she gives her a dress. That was the sexiest part of the movie to me.
Yeah.
That scene.
Is he hard?
No, he's just he's a porno pants. You can see his mule.
Right.
But no, he's not.
He's not hard.
I mean, the whole movie.
Porno pants?
No, I'm saying they're like pants. With
nothing hotter
pants
than
with no
a
underwear
hard dick and a pair of jeans.
Now these are like spandex creepy pants, but just because of her reaction to it was sexy.
Jimmy, stand up and show Laura.
No, you can't see anything. I got nothing. On
but that is yeah.
I got nothing.
I love baseball because of that. They just all look hard.
It's the cup.
I know, but it's still hot. It's
hot.
Yeah.
Still hot. Love the cup.
I like big lips. That's my thing. Big lips, big clit. I'm a fan.
Everyone knows Jimmy likes the big lips.
Yeah.
He likes a little puffiness down there.
The whole thing.
Are you a tit man too?
No, I like breasts. I like big nipples, big areolas, but I'm not a breast fanatic.
He wants to pull it down and see Hedda Nussbaum's eye down there. Just this.
So it doesn't matter if she has breasts or not.
No, I want it shaved, and I want really big lips. Like, you ever see that Fat Albert cartoon that has a hat covering most of his face? I want those lips sticking out of a pair of panties.
Is it true that the heavier the woman is, the more...
I wouldn't know. I don't even talk to fat chicks as friends.
Oh, okay. Because, I've often wondered... Do they get fat down there?
A lot of skinny ones.
Anybody know that? Any
never.
fatty?
I have never been with a fat girl.
A lot of rail thin girls have that too.
In my life, have never been.
Anybody
with a fat
been
girl.
with a
never
heavy
seen
girl?
a fat girl naked in real life.
No.
Just never have.
Could you get it up?
No. They could not possibly turn me on.
Nope. Not
fat
at all.
girls. Nope. Sorry. Ain't doing it.
But we have a girl on the line who has had your book for 4 years.
Wow.
Yes, you're going on, Michelle.
You're
Hi,
on
Michelle.
the air.
On.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm awesome.
I've had your book for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
Me and my husband use it all the time.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I really love it. Thank you.
What's your favorite one?
Yeah, you got to say which of the 100...
I don't know the number, but it's the one with the bathtub.
Oh, Dangerous When Wet.
Yes.
He put you in the
known as the Yates.
Chicks love the water on the clit.
Yeah.
You do the whole bath. You light some candles. You do the whole thing.
Yeah, it was great. We went away for a weekend, and that was the one that
he turned on. He put your thing underneath the water, right?
Yeah.
And then he turned on the faucet like a slow drip.
It was really I didn't expect it. I didn't know what he was going to do, so it was good. It's a
and then after, there's a big room with 5 empty little beds and a rubber ducky with dust on it.
Has he done? How many pages do you think you've done in the book? Be honest.
More than half.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got
we're a little slower now because we have 2 children.
Right.
But
did you do the Marilyn Monroe one?
What?
Did you do the Marilyn Monroe? I think. Did you masturbate on his back?
No.
How about the 1 hour orgasm?
Is that the one where he was in the closet?
Jesus. No, that's the Robert Reed.
No, that's
where your wife falls asleep and then you go tuck Peter in for 3 hours.
Listen, what would you say to anybody who's listening to the show that don't own a copy of the 101 Nights of Great Sex or the romance book? Would you like?
Buy it.
It's a cool book, isn't it?
Yeah. It makes you not be so inhibited.
Hey, you know what? I should send you. You've had the book 4 years. Let me send you the 2006 edition because it's 50% of it is new. Yeah, check it out. All right.
Okay.
I'll send you that one and the romance book. And hey, how about It All Begins with a Lick? 52 Invitations to Great Sex. Do you want that?
Sure.
Awesome. It's on the way.
Okay. Great.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You too.
All right.
Hold on the line, Michelle. There she goes.
I got about 2 or 3 more minutes, guys.
Travis in Iowa. Travis?
Yeah, I'd like to ask, when you do the lick from behind, how do you... My neck kills. I try to do it all the time.
Oh, do you?
Neck,
Take the pain. Take the pain.
I do. I fight through it. But
you know what?
Be a trick.
Bring her to the edge of the bed. And then
that's where I'm at. I'm on my knees.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Put her on her stomach. Why would you have her on her stomach? That's why I like it.
Yeah.
Your nose is right in the ass.
There are some mornings you got to wake up and almost want to put on one of those whiplash neck braces. Your neck is like, ow.
Yeah, the next thing you know, you're eating her ass. Somebody drops a briefcase in court, and you turn around quickly.
I'm in completely on the ass and everything. And she loves it. And that's the thing about the ass is the women love it.
Oh, I tell you what. Here, another really cool move. You're from behind and you're licking her. Also, take a toy. A vibrator, and just vibrate the back part of her lips. And lick, vibrate, lick, vibrate. Yeah, baby. She'll levitate. Yeah.
Maybe, all right,
toy.
Cool.
Do you have that? Do you have a toy by the bed?
I have toys,
yeah. Have you used the toy
to... And I shoved a Tickle Me Elmo up her ass. Laura.
Tickled her lips with a Matchbox car.
And more specific about toys.
Oh, you guys, it's been a blast.
I would love a book, though.
Okay, which one do you want? You want the Great Sex or Great Romance?
The Great Sex.
You got it.
All right, hold on, Travis.
All right, your homework assignment is Up Against the Wall, number 2.
Go to the doctor to get the Monopoly board out of her ass.
Wait, what's the Up Against the Wall?
Up Against the Wall involves a kitchen chair.
I thought it was Up Against the Wall.
Chair.
Yeah.
You spray paint yourself black, and she puts on a police uniform.
Oh, you're killing me.
She says, call me Officer Volpe. She brutally fucks your ass with a nightstick. All right, people in New York.
Oh, God.
What are you leaving us with there, Laura?
Oh.
A homework assignment or something, you said?
Oh, gosh.
Up against the wall?
Up against the wall. You know, we've talked about some good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
The chair involved in that one.
The chair. You don't remember Up Against the Wall?
No, I don't.
The chair?
5 days of the most incredible foreplay she'll ever have. Remember Sex in a Shoebox?
No.
Oh,
I know what that is.
Wait, what's that?
That's when you go on the set of Sling Blade and then you fuck the little baby brother.
You dirty boy. You shouldn't hear such things.
Little.
Well, I put him in a shoebox. I heard the little feller crying, so's I fucked him.
What's sex in a sex in a shoebox?
Yeah.
Is that like a shoebox, like a really weird like term for vagina smells like feet? Shift corns on it.
You know what?
Paul McCartney brings a shoebox and watches his wife cry as he fucks her.
Or as he's fucking as she clanks around that one shoe. Box full of wishes.
Oh, God, I gotta call in. I gotta call in a couple.
Give the big plug
months.
so we can get you out of here.
Yeah, it's 101 Nights of Great Sex, 101 Nights of Great Romance, 101nights.com or laurakorn.com. I've got some really cool things. I got the horny calculator on my website. I've got some eye-teases, a thing I just invented called an eye-tease, where you tease her at work. You send her these really cool things. And hey, I'm in all the bookstores, and Valentine's Day is right around the corner. I think it's a cool gift.
Makes a great gift.
It is a really great gift.
Yeah.
And God, I love you guys.
Laura, thank you so much.
No one makes me laugh harder. And thank you. It's been
wait.
What?
When you go over to Free FM, now they're going to have you howling laughing.
It's like a zoo crew.
Laughing,
you know?
Oh.
So, Laura, what's this? Give us one of the seductions in the book.
Okay. You've never seen a nipple this hard.
Oh, my God. Cut. Go to commercial break. We can't talk about that. Holy Jesus. What are you trying to do? Get us fired?
What was the name of that one?
You've never seen a nipple this hard in your life.
Oh, I like that. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. The fun drains, doesn't it? Ooh.
Right. That's
right,
like Betty Ford.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Laura Korn, everyone. We'll continue and end the Opie and Anthony show next.
Opie and Anthony.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's right, King Friday. Work the taints. Ooh, Mr. Rogers is about to come in your fist hole.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Anthony is scolding the listeners on Pal Talk.
Some of the Pal
break.
Talk people today are retarded. I have bounced people for IMing me, which I do all the time. That's one issue. But this one, anytime we have a woman as a guest on here, some of the idiot asswipes immediately just say, oh, a hole. Oh, they got a hole on today. A hole is a co-host of a radio show that comes in on a daily basis and interrupts what the guys are talking about in a way that takes away from the conversation. Like, oh, guys, enough of that. We've described it in the past. If you can't pick up that concept, stop listening.
And Laura was great. I mean, she didn't get offended at anything. She's exactly the type of female guest you want. Because now you want to go out and buy her book because you're like, all right, she's cool about sex. She's not a baby. She was great.
Some of these sex experts take themselves so seriously, and she's fun about it.
Yeah, she's a great straight man.
She's hot.
Yeah.
She's a great setup person, man.
Yeah. I'll give you the cackle laugh, people. I'll give you the cackle laugh.
We acknowledge that's a little
But
rough.
we've acknowledged that for 10 years now, ever since we met her.
But you should see her breast implant, so.
I mean, lovely. What a body. I wouldn't mind taking her out for a malted. Maybe a beverage with 2 straws.
Nice way to get the romance going.
Absolutely.
Hey, there's a story about a cop that got fired for peeping with his dash cam This is a great story.
And this is the difference between what we talked about with Kenny. Where this is a guy who's on duty doing something with the dash cam.
I was wondering what the dash cam story was. I thought it was just a guy with a cam on his dash, but it's the cop, the ones you see on cops all the time, where they use their dash cam and they record chases and shit.
He was real smart.
What was he doing with the cam?
Here it is.
Dashboard cameras. They let us see high-speed chases and the dramatic and dangerous world of daily policing.
On fire, Saratoga.
And now this. These images were shot from a patrol car in Martin County, Florida, by a sheriff's deputy while he was on duty patrolling Jensen Beach. The video shot last year of women in bikinis, some who likely thought they were out of view while taking a beachside shower, led to an internal investigation and departmental charges of intentional abuse of authority and willful neglect of duties. This week, the deputy, Jack Muncie, was fired, although police said his actions were not illegal.
There's nothing criminal about looking at girls, no. However, there's ethical and moral issues here that the sheriff would not allow.
When asked why he taped the women, Munson reportedly told investigators they were pretty. Still, the incident has proven ugly for the sheriff's office, and it's not over. Munson has just filed for a hearing to contest his dismissal.
This guy.
I'm Jack Munson.
Right.
What does he expect? You can't do that. Like, you're on duty filming chicks' tits? Dude, that's stupid.
Through the cop camera.
What do you think? No one's going to see that?
Yeah.
Outdoor showers at the beach. He just turns his camera.
Nice.
At least he had an intellectual answer. They're pretty.
They're pretty.
They're pretty. You're pretty. I'll take a picture with you.
What an ass.
That is stupid.
That is pretty cool, though. I mean, you gotta admit.
It's fantastic to do it. I'm all for Mr. Munson.
Girls Gone Wild on Cop Cam.
What a nerd, too. He films them showering, like, with clothes on. Can't you fucking... You have access to all these windows and stuff, man. Peep in someone's window.
Yeah, it's like an 80s movie, man. The shower scene. There's no shower scenes in movies anymore.
No.
Porky's is dead.
Every 80s movie had it.
Every single one.
They took all that away from us. They took it all away from us.
It's bullshit.
I saw Porky's recently in that scene where they're looking in, and you just see the big... I didn't think that the big hairy muffs carried over into the 80s like they did.
Oh, they did, yeah.
But my God, didn't they? There's all those girls standing there, and you're just seeing big hairy
I think
muffs.
It was like late 80s, early 90s when that...
Yeah, they started shaving it out.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What magazine had Bush...
Hustler.
Was it Hustler? Yep. Bush over the years. Over the years or whatever.
Went from the 60s, I think, all the way up to the 90s.
It was really funny.
Every decade.
Oh.
It was like every year.
Every year.
That's
from,
cool.
Like the 70s.
70s all the way up to present. So
nice and smooth is the way to go, ladies.
Cool.
By the way, American Mess is tomorrow. I don't know. Are we going to get people showing up? Do we have to bail on this bit?
I don't even think we promoted it.
It's an open call for freaks. We're looking for new freaks for the radio program. Just come on by. Just come on by. That's all we ask.
That's it. Come by.
Where's the address?
You hang out.
We're between 57th and 56th Street here in New York City.
Yeah.
No, we're between 7th Avenue and 6th Avenue on 57th Street.
We're never getting anybody.
Just what you do is come into Manhattan, and we go down 57th, and it's like a white building, but it's on the left unless you're coming westbound, then it's not.
Manhattan's not that big or confusing. It's not a big city. We'll be... Just look for the guy waving.
We have one guy confirmed.
Yeah.
What is he doing tomorrow, E-Rock?
Finding out right now.
Finding out right now. All right.
In the meantime, I'm going to give my friend a plug.
Judah.
Oh, thanks, man. Well,
I gotta say
it's my handwriting. I better read it.
Judah is, and I'm telling you, he came into a really hectic show today, and this is the truth, man. Judah's one of the funniest stand-ups I know, and anyone that's fucking been at the Cellar knows he's a funny human being.
Yeah, thanks, man.
He's going to be in Date Movie that comes out a week from tomorrow.
I was so depressed. I'm home alone watching TV, and I fucking see my friend on a like in the trailer for a movie.
Yeah, for a real movie.
Judah's the guy from the Dave Matthews video that hugged everybody. If you don't know who he is, that's who he is.
Really?
The creepy guy hugging everybody in the Dave Matthews video.
Right.
Creepy guy.
And Meet the Parents. I'm the one who sells Ben Stiller the Mums and Meet the Parents. A lot of people know me from that. And then. If anyone saw the movie American Splendor, I played Toby, the super nerd in American Splendor, and a bunch of other shit. But this thing I want to plug. It's at the Palms Casino this Saturday night. 2 shows, 8 and 10:30. And Playboy sponsors the show now. It's called Playboy's Hollywood Comedy Tour. And Monica Lee, who's the Playboy Playmate for this March coming up, she's going to be there hosting the show actually. And it's me headlining. And should I give a number or website?
Yeah, give a number.
Whatever. Yeah, the number for tickets for this Saturday, 8 and 10:30 at the Palms in Vegas is 702-942-7777. Or you can go to HollywoodComedyTour.com, or it's all on my website too, JudahFriedlander.com.
Wow, you were in a lot of movies.
JudahFriedlander. Or go to WorldChampionOfTheWorld.com. That's my website too.
Zoolander.
That's a great website name.
Yeah,
you're in Zoolander.
Yeah. There's some clips and shit on my website. Bunch of I've like 30 video clips on my website from all different stuff.
Cool.
So
hey, I gotta just say hi to Schizo Bill.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah, I want to come down for American Mess.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, just show up. We'll give you the address. Say no more. Say no more.
Okay.
He's Schizo Bill, the comic. Hopefully, we'll have people show up tomorrow for American Mess. How are we gonna do this? Is there an address somewhere?
It's 111.
I think the address is in the promo, right? All right, if you're listening to the replay, we're playing the promo, and the address is there, and we want you to show up for American Mess tomorrow. Bobby from Andover.
Hey, guys, great show today.
Yeah.
I learned 2 things. I learned after listening to Laura that I'm absolutely awful in bed and unoriginal, but I learned that if I want to get laid in the morning, all I have to do is brush my teeth.
That's all you have to do. Let's go to Bob in Tennessee. Bob?
Hey, I wanted to thank you for having Laura on there. That was really good and everything. I've never heard of her before.
Yeah, she's cool.
Is she as hot as you guys say she is?
Very sexy girl.
She's a hot, older woman, yeah. Definitely. She looks like Barbara Eden.
What do you consider older? I'm 49.
She's right there.
Oh, all right. Send her over.
She's a younger woman to you, I believe.
No, thanks a lot. But I'm going to go out
I'm just saying.
I'm going to go out and buy that book for me and my wife. She'll enjoy stuff like that.
All right, thanks, Bob. Let's go to Dead Ben. Dead Ben.
Hey, what's up, guys? You guys killed today. Today I learned that corn is something you never want to think about when you're eating ass.
Yeah, we learned that lesson. Ben's raw ass. Ben.
Hey, guys. Today I learned that we've all been deputized.
Get your badges.
Save Kenny.
All right, yeah, save Kenny. We talked about Club Soda Kenny in the first hour of the show, so if you missed it, listen to the replay today. Let's say hi to Turtle and Whackbag. Turtle.
Hey, guys, today I learned that Anthony's gay and he's a bottom.
Well, that did come out today.
Came out? Damn.
All right, we'll do American Mess tomorrow, hopefully. It's an open call. If you want to be one of the new freaks on the program, just show up tomorrow and show us what you got, okay? Judah, it's been a pleasure. We'll have to have you back when it's a little more
I had
normal.
a lot of fun, guys. It was great.
It was
Thank
a crazy
you.
day. XM signed Oprah, and all hell broke loose today.
Yeah.
So thank you for being with us.
Cool.
Judah.
Cool.
I wanted to say that
Everybody go